The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 428, being recorded on July the 10th, 2023. I'm one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez. Jesus walks up today. I'm joined by my friend from Little Ohio, the Mayo. Steve Wheeler is back. Welcome, Steve. Welcome.
What's up, Jesus? How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing good, sir. How are you doing?
Great.
Welcome to the show, people. Gunny couldn't make it today. He's not here. He's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where he's at, what he's doing.
He's gone, man. I don't know where he's at either. I don't know what he's doing. He's just not here. Who knows what happened to him? But we are here and we have to record because it's been a week we haven't recorded, and we have to record. We have to, Mayo.
Yeah,
It's a contractual obligation that we must record right now. We must. So we have to. Sorry, Gunny. Maybe make it next week. Huh? How about that? Anyways.
Yeah, he's probably out shopping for new trucks or something something this time, like.
Who knows? But you can follow us on Twitter @horrible gamers. Leave us a review or whatever on anything you can leave us a review on. Share us with your friends and family. And join our Facebook group. But more importantly, join our Discord. Discord link is in the show notes. Big shout out to the Patreon machines over at patreon.com/horrible gamers that support the show with the monies, such as Leahy, Jason Sams, Roberts, Noble, Sean Petrarek, Chad, Henley, Porkchop Poo, Nipron, the best HGP host ever, Evan wears Vans on the best coast and will tag it to prove it. All in caps, Mayo, okay? This is all in caps.
He is
Evan,
just yelling that from the mountaintop.
Yeah.
He will prove it, Jesus.
He will fucking tag it, okay, to prove it. That's what he said. He will tag everywhere. Evan wears Vans on the best coast. Okay. And Bill Thunder the second, the first. Okay, that's all it says now. Like this used to be really long.
And then
like
super short.
Now it's getting like shorter and shorter every time. Right now it's Bill Garner the second, the first.
Eventually it's just gonna be Bill.
Yeah. My name is Bill. Anyways, big shout out to all you guys for the Patreon machine monies. We love you, I love you, and I appreciate you, and thank you for the support. But we are here because of you, the listener. We're here, man.
That is right. Late night for me. Kind of late night for you to record it, really.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, we don't really record this late usually, and it is kind of like late, right? It's like a different vibe. It's like welcome,
like the after hours
to the late night show. Yeah. No, yeah, it's a little off. I mean, it's weird. I don't know, but well, we'll see what happens. It is late night, so you never know. It might get a little weird later. Who knows, man?
Right.
Anyways, you can also buy some gear if you head on over to redbubble.com, search for our name, and you'll find stuff with our name on it. Yeah, go. Now, let's talk about video games, man, though. But before we do that, big shout out to Phantom Egg for the intro music. A shout out to Broke for Free for the outro music of the podcast. Okay, now this is the real time. We're talking about video games, man. We're here to talk about games. And I want to talk about stuff I've been playing real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, first off and foremost, as the usual, Jesus has been playing a little bit of Battlefield this week. I feel like I really fell off of Battlefield recently. Like, it feels like I haven't played it as much. But when I do, I actually still have a good time with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not as invested into this season as I was the last season. Because I didn't buy the battle pass, right? So I'm just like kind of like whatever. I don't really care. I just kind of want to progress enough to unlock all the guns that come with the battle pass. Which once you get to those tiers, those guns are free, right? They're not part of the battle pass. You just got to get to that tier to unlock the weapon. So I think I've unlocked 2 of them so far, which one of them was a new sniper rifle and there's a new grenade. So it's called the bouncing something, but it pretty much is a grenade that you throw like a regular grenade, but it's when it hits near the enemy, it bounces up and it blows up at like their head level.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like a bouncing Betty in Call of Duty, but those you kind of like plant on the ground, kind of like a mine. And this one is just like a grenade, like you throw it like a grenade, and then it'll like land near them, and then it'll shoot up real quick and blow up like near their head and kind of kill them easier, I guess. But yeah, I've unlocked that. I haven't used that grenade much, but I have been playing Battlefield, and it is a fun game. Still play it a lot, but not nearly as much as I was the last season. So yeah, and it's still there, man. It's still Battlefield. Nothing's changed.
Yeah, I thought about jumping back into it because I picked up Game Pass again and I could play it on the PC, but I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just maybe it's because it's Battlefield. I know exactly what to expect. I know exactly what.
They have added some like minor changes to the characters, and like now I feel like certain weapons are like things are locked to certain characters. So like certain grenades, only certain characters can use those grenades, right? Like it's not across the board like every character can use claymores, every character can use these grenades. It's not like that anymore at all. So now like only like the sniper guys, the recon guys, only they can use the claymores. Everyone else can use grenades, but only some of them can use this like it's like a grenade launcher thing, but like it's like a dart. So you shoot it like a dart, and then it sticks to people, and then it blows up. But only certain characters have that. And like they nerfed a few characters, definitely nerfed Sundance. So Sundance is the wingsuit chick, right? She's the one that had
Yeah.
she had the cluster grenades in the beginning. You remember those?
Yeah.
And then she had the grenade that could lock onto vehicles, right? Well, the grenade that could lock onto vehicles, they had nerfed that in the past, right? So before it used to be you can carry 3 cluster grenades or 3 anti-armor grenades, and they nerfed it to where you could only carry 1 anti-armor grenade and 2 cluster grenades. Well, this time they nerfed it again, where now they took away her anti-armor grenade, so she no longer has a grenade that can lock onto vehicles. And the cluster grenade that she used to have, they nerfed that down to where she has it once now. Like you get it, like you only get one of them, and it's on a cooldown. So she's really got nerfed a lot. And even the cooldown for her cluster grenade is kind of long. So I don't know. I think they really nerfed her too much. I wish she still had the anti-armor, but she's not technically an engineer, so I get how they're trying to make it to where only the engineer class can really effectively fight vehicles. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, because she's part of the assault class, so she's not an engineer. And in traditional Battlefield games, only the engineers can carry like the rocket launchers and the repair tools and the mines and shit that can take out vehicles. And
Yeah, I remember
technically,
that's what it was in the Battlefield series. The engineer would be the guy you'd want when it comes to getting rid of the tanks and all that kind of stuff.
so that's kind of like I think that's why they did it. That's why they took away her anti-armor because she was kind of OP against everything. She was a good all-around character to have. But now she's kind of like a basic. No one really cares, and it's like you don't see her as often as you used to in the past. But that's Battlefield. They got some event going on right now. I forget what it's called, but it's some like event where like if you play it enough times, you get like skins or whatever, right? So yeah, I might do it.
Good old Battlefield.
I might do that event just for the skins, or I might not. What I like about their events when they do that, usually the skins they give out in that event are actually really exclusive to that event. Like they don't sell them in the store afterwards. They will sell similar skins to them, but not that exact skin. You know what I mean? Because I have one for Bulldozer, the ride shield guy that I unlocked during some event back in the day, and there's a skin in the store that looks like that skin, but it's not like it really. Like the one that I have, there's a few changes to it. Like the helmet is different, and like it's actually all white. Where the other one is like white, but it has like black stuff on it, like black accents on the arms and shit. And like the one that I have, he's wearing like all white and red. So it's a pretty fucking cool skin. I actually like it a lot. And yeah, I look forward to playing some more Battlefield, I guess. Anyways, moving on now. I did play other games, man. I went and I played I'm gonna say a lot of, because I did play a lot of this shit. I played a lot of City Skylines this week.
Yeah, I know that one time I was talking to you a little bit. You were playing. You were trying to get your city going.
Okay, well, my city is going now, Mayo. It is
What's it called?
huge.
First and foremost, what is your city called? Do you
I
remember?
haven't named. I don't think I named it. I've had it as a default,
Oh, okay.
like
You didn't give
whatever,
it any
whatever
cool
name.
Jesus walks a lot theme.
What did I name it like HGP something? Maybe I named it something with the horrible gamers. I don't remember, to be honest. Maybe I did name it. I just don't remember. But the city is booming, man. So I got like a lot of citizens in there now, almost 100,000. And so last night I was playing for a few hours, and my city's growing and growing and growing. Right? I'm like, I'm really good spot. I'm really good. And like, I don't know why I wanted to, but I ended up buying the Disasters DLC, which adds like disasters into the game, right? So it adds like tornadoes and thunderstorms and earthquakes and tsunamis and like sinkholes. And I think the other
Stuff
one
that
is
you
like
got to deal with, right? Like situations you
yeah,
have to deal with.
and the other one is like a meteor, I think, like a meteor like strikes from the sky. Okay, so my city's been booming, right? It's growing, it's growing. I'm doing good. I'm making a lot of money. I got a lot of money saved up, etc. Well, like this thing happens in the game, like a little bit, and it says like there's an earthquake about to occur, and it happens, but nothing really happens to my city, right? Like a few buildings collapse, but like it was nothing major at all, dude. It was just like whatever. Like I didn't even really evacuate nobody. I was like, I don't need to, right? Like let my citizens live. Like I don't give a fuck. A few buildings collapsed, no big deal, right? I don't think anybody really died. And then I keep playing for like another hour, and then it says again, an earthquake has been detected. Please shelter in place. Like prepare for an earthquake. It's about to hit. And then like I was thinking, do I evacuate people or not? Because I have evac shelters that like I can like sound the alarms and everybody starts running to the nearest evac shelter.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a bunker, right? But it takes a long time to evacuate the whole city because I have I have the bunker set up in like different spots of the city, but people have to physically run there, like either run there, drive there, or like the evacuation bus has to pick them up. And like so you can as naturally, right? Once the evacuation starts, my income in the city fucking it tanks, right? It goes from like making 100,000 to nothing, and then like you look at if you zoom into to the fucking bunker, there's a traffic jam, dude, because there's so many cars trying to get in there, right? So there's like a huge traffic jam. So I didn't even ever think of that. I've never thought about that because I have these bunkers set up in like 2-lane little roads. Some of them are like in like residential neighborhoods. Some of them are like in other parts of the city, right? And I never thought about that. I'm like, how easy is it to access via like traffic routes? I'm thinking like I never thought about like maybe I should set this up in like a main road, like a 6-lane road where more cars can flow into the bunker. Like I never thought about that because I kind of keep the bunkers like out of the way of the main roads. Maybe I should stick them on the main roads. Like, but I thought to myself like maybe that's an eyesore. That's why I don't do it. But maybe I'm gonna move them because I looked into that and like I want to say I evacuated nobody the second time around because the first time I didn't either. So the second earthquake, it said it was going to be a 2.5 earthquake, right?
Right.
Mayo, I don't know about you if you're an earthquake specialist or not.
No, we don't have too many earthquakes here in Ohio.
Well, like, what the fuck is a 2.5? It doesn't seem that big, right?
No, that sounds small. I'm guessing out of 10, right? You know,
No, I think like the highest.
just 5 or something. I don't know.
No, it's like 8 or 9 or something. 9 would be like super bad. 9 would be like super duper like fucking like the earth is fucking collapsing in itself. But like a 7 is pretty bad, or like an 8 is really bad. I think the earthquake remember the one that hit Japan like in 2011 or something like that? The one that caused that huge tsunami?
Yeah.
I think that one was like an 8.9. So Yeah, I mean, like, so I think anything above like a 7 is pretty serious, right? Maybe even anything above like a 6 or a 5 could still be pretty serious. But 2.5, that's nothing, bro. That's like some baby ass fucking
Yeah,
earthquake.
yeah.
And that's what I'm thinking, right? In my head, I'm like, that's nothing. I just let the citizens keep living their lives. And like the lady on the radio, she's like, warning, fucking seismic fucking analysts say that an earthquake will occur soon. Because I have like all these earthquake sensors set up around the city, right? And I'm like, whatever, I don't give a fuck, lady. Like the last one you warned me about, I started to evacuate people, my money started declining, and nothing even happened. Like 3 buildings collapsed. What the fuck's gonna happen now? Man, I fucked up, Mel, because this fucking earthquake literally hit in like the center part of my city, and it destroyed a bunch of shit. Like not just like houses and buildings and whatever. It like destroyed roads. It made the terrain different.
Oh
Like
man.
like the terrain, it used to be flat where I built all these houses. Now it's like caved in and shit. Like it's all fucked up. Like the houses are all collapsed everywhere. People are dying and shit. And yeah, I fucked up. So yeah, I mean, like a lot of my buildings were destroyed, man, and a lot of my roads were destroyed. And like I have this thing called a disaster response team or whatever. Like I have their headquarters built in a certain part of the city, and so when disasters happen, like floods and shit, these guys send out like helicopters and cars to the locations, and like there's rescuers in there, right? So like they like you see the little helicopter land, and you see people jump out of the helicopter, and they're like search through the rubble to try to find survivors and shit, right? Or like try to find people like in the water, they try to rescue them out of the water, etc. Anyways, I think a lot of people died this time around. I think like at least 200 people died, maybe. And now I gotta like dude. I was so like done with that. When that happened, I was pissed off. I'm like, really, man? Like it literally destroyed all these roads, dude. I had all these like roads set up. Now I fucked everything up. Now I gotta go in there and rebuild. And I don't even know like how like there's a terrain thing in the game where like you can like change the terrain, right? Like elevate it, lower it, and like add trees, add water, or whatever the fuck. Anyways, there's a whole terrain system in the game, and I don't even know how to use it, man. I was trying to make it back to where it was level again, and like it didn't work. Like it was making it like go cave in even more. Like I was like, this is a stupid fucking system. I can't figure it out. And like all this is on there is use the main mouse button to elevate the terrain. Use the secondary mouse button to lower it. I'm like, okay, main mouse button to me in my head is the left one, right?
Right. Yeah. Left click.
And I'm clicking it and it's sinking the terrain. I'm like, so I was like, maybe I'll hold the left and the right. And then it was sinking still. I'm like, okay, I don't fucking get it, dude. It just seems to be going down. Maybe what the game is thinking is that the city is elevated, right? We're sitting higher than like water level. And maybe when I'm trying to elevate or like level it out, it's trying to go back down to like water level or something. That's what's going on. I don't know, Mayo. But anyways, my city's fucked.
I tried to play this game
Yeah.
the other day. It was on Game Pass, so I was over at the girlfriend's house because she has my Xbox, and she asked me about it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like a city management game, So I just jumped in and played it on the cloud, like they said, to stream it, like instead of actually
Yeah.
downloading it. And I was lost right away on the controls. I was like, I don't
Really?
know. Yeah, I didn't really mess with it a whole lot.
Were you playing it on the Xbox itself or the
Yeah,
PC?
yeah, it was on the Xbox, and
Huh.
it was. I mean, it just kind of just threw you in it, and I didn't really know what I was
Yeah.
doing. I mean, I really wasn't feeling it. 'Cause she just wanted to see what it looked like and kind of see what kind of game it was, and so I just kind of showing
There's
her.
I don't know if there's a tutorial. I don't know. I've
It
never
didn't really
tried
give
it.
you much. It was like it said something about building a road right away. Like I just started building a road, and then it was like pretty much you were just on your own.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to figure out how to do houses and zoning, and like I'm like trying to figure all that stuff out and build. Then I built like a just messed around and built like some kind of maybe like a police station or a fire department or something like that. But it didn't have power or water, and so I put a couple windmills up, and I couldn't figure out how to get the windmills to connect to the police station or
Yeah.
fire department, whatever I had, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm done." So it's something I feel like I would do way more on the PC version of it. I get way more involved, I think.
I don't know, man. I feel like my console version, because I still can log into I could still log into the cloud or like through a console
Hmm.
and pull that city up because it's cloud saved thanks to the Xbox cloud saves or whatever.
Right.
So I can still do it, and I've done it a few times where I go in there just to look at how I designed it, because that city is pretty nice. It's really like well laid out, and it's really thought out. I did all that on a controller, and the city that I have now, I just have like roads everywhere, dude. Like everything's all fucked up. Like shit's just connected randomly. Traffic's fucked up everywhere. I try to like I look at the traffic and I'm like, this is fucked over here. So I try to like change it to like make things that go one way, like one way roads to try to make the traffic flow better. And sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. That game could be hard sometimes, but my city's pretty big, and I feel like I can get it repaired and try to fucking fix it, and hopefully I can do it. But besides City Skylines, and the reason I played it, Mayo, was because City Skylines 2 was announced.
Oh, I know. I figured that was
So
right up your
like
alley when I saw that.
so like when I saw that, it was like, you know what, I should get back into City Skylines to see like what it's like, now that it's pretty much the game is pretty much done, right? Like they've released everything they're gonna release for it. I think all the DLC they're gonna release for it. Maybe they have more, I don't know, but I feel like they've released everything for it because they have like radio station packs, they have like the disasters pack, they have a nightclub, like it's called like the nightlife pack. They have the winter pack, which adds like the like snow events or whatever. Like it'll go from summer to snow time or whatever, and like it'll be snowing in winter or whatever. And they have other DLCs as well. They have like the tourist pack, and they have a bunch of other shit. Which it's crazy to me because on the Xbox when I bought this game, I somehow bought the deluxe edition, which gave me all that. And on the PC, I have it on Steam, right? I own the game on Steam. But I think I just own the hobo version of the game because I had to buy the Disasters DLC. And that shit was like $8, dude. It wasn't cheap. Okay. Like, honestly, this game has like 30 something DLC packs. And it ranged anywhere in price from like $2 to $1, all the way up to like $12. And this DLC was on sale for 750 or 780, and that's just one of them, dude. Like there's a bunch of other DLCs I could buy, and I'm thinking to myself like these motherfuckers really can get you with a lot of money with this game, like no wonder they
Right, just
make
kind
these
of
types
nickel
of
and dime it.
games. Yeah, because they got like a stupid pack like, oh, this is the radio station pack.
Right.
This thing will add 2 radio stations for you to listen to. And then they have like, oh, this is the nightlife pack, which all it does, like it'll add a new theme that you can zone. That's the only thing. And like the disasters pack, really, man, I paid $8 to have my city destroyed.
Right? That's what I was
You
thinking
know?
when you said you bought the disaster pack. I'm like, you just paid money to have like a natural disaster to happen to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I literally paid money to have more shit to worry
For
about while I'm playing.
extra headache in the game, right?
Yeah, and I thought about that to my man. I told myself maybe I should have bought something else. Why the fuck did I buy this pack? I should have bought the snow pack or something. But like they all had like little dumb shit, like the snow one, right? The winter one or whatever the hell they call it. Like that one, when you buy it, you also like unlock like the traffic, like the city, like the roads will actually degrade. Like it adds that to the game where like the roads actually like start forming potholes and shit, and you have to have like a fucking like like a city like a fucking road repair fucking crew or whatever that can go out. You have to like set up places where you could put those guys up so they can send out repair crews to repair the roads. And like when it snows, you have to have a like snow plows that can go out and like plow the fucking roads and shit. So like the game does add like more shit the more DLC you buy. I guess the only downside to it, in my opinion, is you don't really have the full experience of the full game unless you own all of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I have the experience right now of the base game and that DLC, but I'm not getting the full experience that they want you to have. For example, like the seasons and like all the other stuff, right? Like the university pack and like all this other shit that they add to the game. I don't have that experience now. And honestly, I could probably get it through mods because they do support mods, and there's a lot of mods for this game. But yeah. Anyways, moving on now. I play a little bit more of Final Fantasy 16. I am pretty far into the game. So Mayo, I'm in the second part of the game when you go to the new hideout.
Mhm.
Some shit has happened. Shit has hit the fan.
Right, yeah.
Shit happened real fast. But the game took a really cool, like another time jump. So now we are 5 years after the 13 years. So we are 18 years from the beginning of the game.
Mhm.
And now you're like a middle-aged, I would not say middle-aged, but I would say like late 20s, early 30s guy. And you are now, I went back to Rosaria. This is what I did. And
Okay.
I ended up fighting and killing all of the black shields. That's the last thing I did, Mel.
Okay, you're getting there.
Have you done that part?
Yes, this is pretty much what I mainly have been playing still.
Okay.
I have played a lot. I've had a couple of late night excursions of playing through it. Even the girlfriend was over and she was like watching and she was like staying until like 5 in the morning just to
Wow.
watch. And she's like, I need to see what happens. And so then she would go home and come back like 4 hours later and we'd play for a while. Yeah, I think I have maybe just a little bit left. But yeah, so I'm past it. So you are to the part where you return back to town and you see the bartender girl. Like she's like working at an inn or something like that, I think. Right?
Um,
I think you go back there and you kind of see. I'm trying to remember. There's like two times you go back there, I think. And there's one time first time you go back there when they first recognize you, you run across the
oh
guy
yeah, that
that trained
happened.
you.
That happened a long time ago.
Okay, so that was the first time. So you were there the second time now.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, I think I'm about to go to the second time right now. Because
Okay.
literally the last thing I did was the guy was like, "Oh, we're gonna set up an ambush or a trap for the black shields," and I was like, "Oh, well, I'll help you out," and then you end up killing all of them. I think that's all of them. I don't know. They said that's all of them, but
And
maybe
isn't that
maybe
where
it's
I think the guy is it Clyde or Tyler, the guy with the axe from the demo?
Clive. Yeah.
You not Clive, not the main character.
No.
He's like one of the side characters from the
Yeah,
demo.
yeah. I know who
They
you're
sent
talking
you with
about.
you.
Yeah.
They went in the swamp with you. It's the guy holding the axe. I can't remember what his name
Yeah.
was. Wade, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Sir Wade, maybe.
And
Yeah.
you go across him, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We went to that town and the dudes fought us, and then he's like, "Oh, you're the Phoenix," and it's like, "Oh, you're Sir Wade. Oh, you're still alive." Oh.
Right.
Anyways, yeah. So I've been playing some more of that, and now there's a few things of the game that I'm having gripes with. Right.
Yeah. Same here.
One of the things that I'm having a gripe with is Sikkim Torgal, and
Okay, so this is funny because we talked about this last time, right? And then my
yeah,
son is playing as well. So when I am not playing, my son is playing on a different profile, right? And so I'm watching this same stuff over again, right?
yeah.
And I would get further ahead than him, and then I stopped playing, and he would literally jump on, and then he'd play up to where I was at, you know.
Okay.
So he equipped a thing where the dog automatically attacked, and that's all it does. And it is all the time. You hear, stick him, Torgal, get him,
I told
Torgal,
you.
get him,
I
Torgal.
fucking
I'm
told you.
like, oh my goodness.
Did I
I
not
do.
tell you that's like all the time, dude? Like
Yes, I
every
knew right
5
away
seconds.
what you were talking about when because he had that on his. Because I only have I do have one of the rings on that helps, and that's the one
Yeah.
that slows down time to give you extra time to dodge.
Yeah, like the shows the dodge button or whatever.
Yeah, you got to hit like R1 and it gives you like a perfect dodge, and then you can kind of
Yeah.
counter. Because sometimes in boss fights they throw a lot at you, and there'd be a
Oh,
couple
they
of dodges
do.
in a row, and so I'm like, I just kind of used it for that.
Yeah. But yeah, now you know what I mean with that Sikkim Torgal
Yeah,
shit, because
yeah.
that
I
shit
definitely
is a
wear a
lot.
different ring. If it gets annoying, definitely you want to wear a different ring. Or if you're experiencing that, put on a different ring if it's bugging you, because that's what it
Yeah.
is. I don't use the Torgal that much. I don't know how much damage he actually does, so I just kind of let it go. And
He doesn't do much really. I mean, yeah.
do you still have regular Torgal without getting into it? Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Okay.
Um, but so and like the other thing I have a gripe with is like the music. What I don't like is that the game will just so like it has music all the time, right?
Right.
When whether you're in the town, whether you're in your base, whether you're in and walking around or whatever, so or in combat or not. What I hate is how drastic the music changes when you're in combat to when you're like, it'll be like you're in combat, and it's like, like it's playing the fucking combat music, and then you're out of combat, it just stops. It just like cuts to the other music right away. And
Hmm.
then like, for example, like you go into a cutscene and it starts playing like some fucking piano music and some violins are playing and shit, all smooth and soft. And then all of a sudden it's like dun 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 dun, like the combat music starts because you're in a fight all of a sudden, and it's like okay, but then all of a sudden it'll switch back. Like it's just like I don't like how they transition the music. Like the music is not bad itself. It's just a very different like type of music, and the transitions don't feel as smooth or like as I want to say as seamless as other video games. Where like when I'm playing The Last of Us, the music changes, but it's like a very smooth transition. You know, it's not like so drastic. And this thing, like you walk into something, the music starts. You literally step to the right, the music stops. You step to the left, the music starts. You step to the right, the
Right.
music stops. Like that's how drastic I'm saying it is. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're in the door, you're out the door. It was like that, dude. Like, oh, I'm on this side, the music stops. I'm on that side, the music starts, you know? And like, and I can't help but notice it. It bugs me because I'm like, this music, I like the music, but it's annoying to me like how it changes. And I never thought I cared about music that much in a video game, dude. Or that I even paid attention to music that much in a video game until this game. Because this game has decent music, and I guarantee you at the video game awards, the fucking orchestra thing that they have,
I'm gonna
is
be
they're
there.
gonna oh
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
be there.
begin. No, listen, you know how like a Jeff Keighley's Game Awards or whatever, they always have that orchestra playing like all the music of all the games that were announced or whatever,
Hmm.
and all the games that were nominated for Game of the Year. They'll play like all the music for all of them. I guarantee you this game will be shown at that, and it will be probably a Game of the Year nominee, and it will probably have a section where they play the music of the game, and it's gonna be weird because like this game, like the music is good, but like the transitions between it and the different scenes is terrible in my opinion. Like they just didn't do a good job with it, and I feel like I wish they would have done like something like some kind of transition music, you know, like I don't know, make it better, dude. I guess you just have to switch it, right? When you go into combat, the music switches. I guess, but like, there's literally times where I'm walking into town, and you walk into the town, the music changes. You walk out of the town, the music stops. You walk back in, it starts. You walk back out, it stops. Or you walk into a door, it starts. You walk out the door, it stops. And I can't help but notice it, and it's so fucking annoying to me. I'm like, oh, this is frustrating. I don't want to listen. Like, it pisses me off, honestly,
I feel
because
like it
I'm like,
gets repetitive after a while because
it
like
does, yeah.
the fighting becomes like the same music after a while. And once you play the game for so long, it was cool early on, and I liked it, and I don't really mind it. But now I'm just kind of like, okay. I did
No,
appreciate. I'm trying to remember like the order of all of the things that's happened in the game. Like I know everything that's happened.
yeah.
Um, who is? What's the last crystal you took down? Do you remember
Uh,
like who you had to fight and
I
stuff?
took I took the first main crystal down.
Okay,
The
because
big mountain where Sid with all this shit goes down with Sid,
gotcha.
and your
Because
brother shows up or whatever.
so you haven't had to deal with Titan or nothing yet.
Well, I had to big people.
Okay, you knew who the Titan guy is, right?
No,
Hugo, the really big guy from the demo.
no,
Okay, when you actually get to
no.
him,
Well, I did have to fight the guy from the demo, the big red fire guy.
no, he is like rock.
Oh
He's big.
no,
Remember Benedicta from the beginning, the ice lady?
yeah,
It
like the
was
wing
like,
lady.
yeah, it was like her boyfriend kind of guy from the beginning. He pins her against the wall, like in the hallway in the demo.
Oh no, I haven't fought him. No.
That's Hugo. When you go to fight him, for some reason they give you all new battle music. Like just that
Oh,
fight there, you get something new, and it's really
nice.
cool. It was like badass. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. I
Hell
can
yeah.
like appreciate it. Like I was getting
Yeah.
tired of that other fighting music,
The
and then
other
I've gotten
fight
a couple
music
other
is
ones.
like it's like every fight is like I'm fighting a bug. Oh, it's the fucking music. I'm fighting a guy. The same music. I'm fighting
Right.
everything you fight. It's the music starts and then it stops as soon as the fight's over. It just stops and it switches back to like this like mellow ass fucking violin piano shit playing. And then it starts like as soon as you walk in by a like if you're walking and all of a sudden you walk by a fucking an enemy, they're like dun 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 dun. The music starts fucking playing. It's like what the hell, dude? Like sometimes I don't even want to fight things, right? I kind of just
You
run
just
away.
run
Cause I'm
by
like,
them.
I'm not gonna waste my time fighting you, dude. I could just kill you in a few hits. I'm not gonna waste my time. It's like whatever, man. Leave me the fuck alone. And the stupid shit starts chasing me forever. And I'm like, whatever, dude.
Oh, I do have some advice for you, Jesus, since I'm
Mm,
still a little than you. And this took me late game to figure this out. So when you start killing major players in the game, right? They
yeah,
will give you kind of like a purple crafting material.
yeah.
And you'll get one from each of these people. You'll use that one purple crafting material and you go back to the blacksmith and he'll make you a special sword with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then but when you have that sword, you don't want to sell it. You want to take that sword and you keep it, and then next time you get one from the next boss up, it takes the old sword and then the new material you got, and you can craft a new sword. And you keep crafting the sword, and it keeps progressing, getting even better. But you gotta have the previous one before it. So it's like,
I have the purple sword. I have it.
okay, yeah, there's a bunch of them. So like every time you start beating new bosses, you'll get like a new ingredient, and then you have to make the
Oh,
next one. But it requires having the old sword. So like you have this whatever purple sword, and they'll give you this new ingredient, and it'll make
yeah.
another one. It'll be better. And then the next time,
That's the only sword I use. I've had it since the
yeah,
beginning of the game. Because
that's
like
what I would do.
all,
Yeah,
all the other swords that I pick up are weaker.
yeah, you'll find some that are like better. Like I found a couple of the blacksmith and stuff that you can make, but you don't need to make them. Like just that
Yeah.
one, like you can like I can't remember if it's under refine. I don't think it's under refine. I think it's under crafting. Like when you go in there, you don't really do a whole lot of crafting in game. I have not,
No,
you
I
know,
haven't. I've barely touched that shit. I
and
have
I
so
have
many materials, dude.
so much money, so many materials. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you do want to craft those swords. So the new sword I have now is really cool looking. I'm like really late game. There's only a couple missions left. I think my
Yeah.
numbers are like 300 for damage and stuff. So you're probably like in. I'm not trying to guess where you're at, but you're probably like
Two
maybe
hundreds,
with that.
like 200s.
Yeah, and it jumps up a lot. Like you get up to like in the 300s on the markings on it, but it's a really neat looking sword. But yeah,
Yeah,
do that. You just kind of watch the crafting, and you'll see it. It's kind of obvious. Like it'll show you where you can like talk to the blacksmith, and they're on the bottom. You gotta scroll down, and you'll see all these purple swords. But you gotta
mm,
work your way up. You gotta have the bottom one to make the next one up. And when you make the next one up, you gotta have that one to make the one above it. And you only get one of those crafting materials from each of these boss encounters that you get. So if
yeah.
you happen to use it, you have to go back and like replay that mission on that one wall in the hideout where you can go back and play the bosses over, and you can go back and get it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. And yeah. So I've unlocked all that shit. I've unlocked the bounties. That fucking bounty. The first time I went into it, it killed me, man. That thing fucked me
yeah.
up.
So that the little eyeball,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he one shots you if you get within that red circle. So you gotta get outside of that red circle is what you do.
Yeah, dude. That
And
thing fucked me up. I was like,
he
what
just
the
it
hell?
would just one shot you.
Yeah.
I've also ran across a couple bosses that will one shot you. There's some fights later on, or maybe you've had a couple already that you'll come across where there's things you have to do to take care of. Like this one boss will have like these orbs, and you have to like destroy them all in time, or he'll fire this beam and it just kills you instantly, and then you just
Yeah.
gotta like play it over again. You get to try and you know target it and get it out of the way really quick.
Yeah, there's some really cool bosses. I do like the world that I'm in. I like the set pieces are really cool. Like I love the world, but there's a few gripes that I do have with the game. Like the combat could be a little better. But I honestly think I would hate the game if it was turn-based combat. I would not like it.
Yeah,
I
I don't think I
wouldn't
would
play
either.
it. I
How
wouldn't
many
play it.
How many abilities, without giving all that away, how many have you unlocked?
I have 3 icon abilities.
Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 5, and there's 2 more spots, I think. So you get 7 total.
I have
Actually,
three
no,
of
I
them.
take it back. I have 6. I just got one when I quit playing.
Jesus.
So
Yeah, I have electricity, wind, and fire, of course, right from the beginning.
yeah.
So
So, but what you can do, like later on in the game, you start getting new ones, right, Jesus? But you have to choose. You can only use 3 at a time. So you
oh,
don't have to
okay.
like add more. You're not going to have to keep like cycling through them anymore to go to the next ones.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
going to get 3, and you're going to have to choose how you want to roll with those 3. Like which ones you
Okay.
want to do.
Yeah, yeah, I like the game, man. Like I said, I do like it. I like the world. I like the bad guys in it. I like how dark it is. I enjoy all of that. I enjoy the game for what it is and what it's doing for me. I just don't know. Um, like there's something about it that throws me off sometimes. But we'll see. I'll keep playing it. I'm definitely gonna beat it. I just need more time. I'll probably end up playing it tonight and tomorrow for sure.
I mean, you still have quite a ways to go. I kept
Oh
thinking I was
yeah.
getting close, and I'm like, oh
No,
man.
I don't think
But the
I'm close.
PlayStation now says I'm at like I think like 92%. I think
Bro.
so.
Yeah, my thing says that I'm 81% or 82% done. So I don't know. We'll see how long it takes for me to beat it still. We're playing through that and I will keep you guys posted on it. Um yeah, that's Final Fantasy 16 for you guys on the PlayStation 5 exclusive Mayo on the greatest console on earth,
Right.
the PlayStation 5. um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Playing more of it. Speaking of the PS5, I actually went and downloaded a bunch of games, but I haven't played any of them. So I got the new NVMe installed on the PS2. It's a 2 terabyte. I told you guys I got a pretty fucking sweet deal on that one. I ended up buying it for $100, but I got it for 30 because I got some sort of credit on my credit card statement thing from Amazon. It was like, oh, you're getting like a $60 off or something. I was like, oh, okay. So I ended up buying it for $30, which is a killer deal for a 2 terabyte NVMe drive.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
that that's a Gen 4 or whatever. That's like way faster than the Xbox's memory. For $30 is fucking killer. That's the power of allowing third parties to make your hard drives. Mayo, okay? Not like the fucking Xbox. I literally looked up the Xbox one when I was buying mine, and the 2 terabyte Xbox brand fucking memory card thing is $280.
Yeah. Ouch.
$280, dude, compared to me paying, even if I was to not get that credit on my thing, right? Even if I paid $100, the drive that I bought is faster and it's still $180 cheaper than what the Xbox proprietary shit is. And that is
Mhm.
insane. But hey, Xbox's answer to your need for more storage, Mayo, is buy the new Series
Yeah,
S.
buy a new
Hey
console.
guys, we heard you want more storage. Here's a new console. It's black now. We painted it a different color. It's nice, isn't it? Go
We
buy it.
listen to you, Jesus. We know what you want. We hear you loud and clear. You want a
Yeah.
black Xbox with more storage. Go buy it.
And not even the good Xbox. It's still the hobo one, but we know you want more storage. That was their fucking answer, okay? They didn't even announce the Series X with the 2 terabyte. They were just like, no, we're just gonna upgrade the hobo one. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, so I downloaded a bunch of games thanks to the awesome PlayStation Extra or whatever the fuck it's called. Okay,
PS
like
Plus.
the Game Pass for PlayStation, which actually, man, honestly, if you are not a PlayStation owner or like a PlayStation gamer that has had a console, a PS5 console with all their exclusives, right? This is a good way to get a lot of their exclusives to play.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
That's what I did when I first
and
picked up my
that,
my PlayStation. I got that right away
yeah,
and
because
played
I
a
mean,
lot
you
of
get,
them.
I mean, a lot of these I played, right? So you get like the God of War, the original one. You get Spider Man's. You get Horizon Zero Dawn, and the
You get
new
both
one,
of them, yeah.
Forbidden West. You get access to like Stray on the console. You get access to a few other ones. Plus, you get Ubisoft games because Ubisoft. I'm somehow Sony partnered with Ubisoft, and part of their subscription plan includes Ubisoft games as well. So you get some access to most of the Ubisoft like big games. Not I wouldn't say all of them, or like maybe definitely not the new ones, right? Because they're gonna sell you those. But you get like if you haven't played like the last few big Ubisoft games, for example, like Rainbow Six or like whatever the fuck, they're included with this, and I guess they are included with Game Pass too, right? I have seen them on Game Pass. But
Mhm.
this also includes them, so you can't knock Sony for not having them because Sony does have them as well. As I guess Game Pass does too. But yeah, and I want to say the library of games they offer isn't terrible. A lot of it is stuff I wouldn't play, but hey, on Game Pass, a lot of the shit on there is shit I wouldn't play, right? I mean, I had Game Pass for years and I'd used it like a few times. Okay. So I mean, but this is just like Game Pass is for the Xbox user that's a casual, I would say, user or gamer. This is a good way to I guess maximize your savings and whatever, and kind of pay that one-time fee and have access to this library of games for a long time, which is a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the pricing for what they're charging isn't terrible. Okay.
Yeah, it's like
I
the
don't
same price as Ultimate, Game Pass Ultimate, pretty much.
well, let's see, PlayStation
Plus is
Plus.
I think it's 15. It's like $16 a month or something like that with tax.
Let's look it up here. So the cost of it, so PlayStation Plus Extra, which is the one I have, is $15 a month. And then the most expensive one, which is Premium, that's the next one up. And that one is 18 per month. See here. And how much is Game Pass? Game Pass Ultimate costs. It's $17 a month. Okay.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they're pretty much on same price level.
But Mayo, but
There's always a but, Jesus. But what?
there's a huge but here. Okay, Game Pass is $17 a month, right? Game Pass Ultimate, $17 a month. For 12 months, Mayo, that's $204. Okay. PlayStation Plus is $18 a month for the premium one. In 12 months, that's $216. But they have a yearly subscription,
Yes, they do.
which is $120.
And Jesus, if you even want to go further ahead than that, if you only stick with PS Plus, the middle tier,
Yeah,
that you lose some of the really old titles. You can get it on CD keys for 49 for the whole year.
I'm gonna do that because I did the monthly thing just to try it out. But
Yeah, that's what I did, and then I ended up
I'm
just
glad
buying
you
the
told me
year.
that. I'm glad you told me that because
Yeah,
now I will do that.
CD keys is $50.
But like all in all, PlayStation is the better value, I would say, because I mean $100 a year compared to 200 something a year, you're saving $100. I mean, maybe
Don't let
Game Pass.
Ryan hear that.
I know. Ryan's like, well, fuck you, Jesus. It's not the better deal. No, listen, I think it is. They offer a lot of the same things that the Game Pass does. Now, while Game Pass does have, I would say, a bigger, more robust library of games,
And they have
right?
game day one releases when they have them and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's huge. Okay, so I will give them that. But if you're looking for something to play games on, just that's all you care about. The PlayStation Plus is a solid fucking deal. Even if you're paying the full price for the $120 one a year, you are getting a good deal.
Hmm.
I would feel like, because all you have to really do is play two big titles and that pays for itself.
Right.
And I guess Game Pass is the same, right? I guess if you play two major Xbox titles or four of them, it would pay for itself, right? Um, but yeah, uh, either way, you're getting a good deal, kind of on both, but maybe like a slightly better deal on the PlayStation, just because you could sign up for the yearly thing. And I think Xbox, remember originally they did allow that, right? They allowed you to like convert your your gold to Game Pass for a year or so for like $1. You could go up to like 3 years, right? If you stacked it up.
Yes.
And I think they got wise to that, They thought they probably realized we got a lot of subscribers, but we're not making the money that we thought we were gonna be making. You know what I mean? Yes, they had like 30 million or 40, 50 million subscribers to it, right? But if all of those if say a quarter of those or half of those are people that did that shit, they paid you $1 and converted all their shit over, you're not really making that recurrent monthly subscription money. You're making the one time $100 or whatever, and then they have it for 4 years or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? So they're not really making all that $10 a month off all these people. They're making maybe half of that money, which is still a lot of money, but not all of the money that they could be making. And they've got wise to it. So now they got it to where they increase the price and they're making, I guess, enough money on it or whatever. But now you can't buy them. Now you can't do that. You really don't save money if you buy like a prepaid. Say you buy like a prepaid monthly card or whatever for Game Pass. There is not a lot of savings in there, man. Like literally, you save maybe $2. That's it.
Hmm.
As opposed to like buying it outright, just month to month. If you buy 3 months ahead of time, you're only saving like $1 or $2. Now people are, well, $1's $1, Jesus. Yeah, but it's not $100 like PlayStation. You know what I mean?
Right.
And maybe I guess the argument that you could make is you can probably find these on sale, but I think Microsoft is even cracking down on that because I haven't found any of them on sale now.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
even
they've
think you can
wised
find
up.
it. I don't think you can even find that on CD keys anymore. 'Cause I think I've looked for the Game Pass one
Yeah,
when I was gonna cancel it, and it wasn't on there. Because I was like, "Oh, maybe I can get it cheaper," and it wasn't on there.
they gotten smart to it. I feel like
I think they had,
so.
like, the 3-month whatever. Not you can't get, like, a year. I mean, you could buy
Yeah,
multiple 3 months, but you're only saving, like, a little bit. I think it was $25 for the 3-month,
yeah,
so you'd have to buy 4 of
but
those. I mean, it'd be about $100. It's still about double with the PlayStation one.
yeah,
3 CD
um,
keys.
yeah. So there's that. Now I'm not talking shit about the Xbox. I'm just saying if you're a PlayStation user, this is a pretty decent deal. Um, so yeah. Plus, I like the features they have with it. I mean, the cloud saving and the other bullshit that they include with it is decent. Now, Xbox includes the cloud saving for free, which I'll give them that. So yeah, there's features on both consoles that are great, I would say. Um, but yeah, man. So I've been doing that. I've been downloading lots of games. I play a little bit more God of War, and I'm liking it, dude. It brought
Oh,
me
yeah?
back.
I haven't
I,
gotten into that one yet.
I like the character, man. It's just when Kratos starts talking, he's like, "Boy, get over here!" Oh my god, it's like, "Yeah, get him, Kratos!" That voice actor did an amazing fucking job with that character. Um, I look forward to playing more of it. I want to play these games
Yeah.
more
I'm
time.
trying to think. So Jesus, what I ran into is with, Final Fantasy, the girlfriend really wants to watch and doesn't want me to play without her here, right?
You know?
So I'm debating about, like, she wants to play games or she's getting into them, but she doesn't really control them. So, like, she wants to, like, watch. So I'm debating about showing her God of War afterwards or Horizon Zero Dawn 'cause that's one of the next 2 I'm gonna jump into. I just
Yeah.
haven't decided which one. I thought about maybe God of War. She might get into that a little bit
I
if she
think
watches.
God of War would be the better choice.
Does it
Almost, I would.
have does it have the new one? Does it have like a, what happened previously kinda thing?
Yeah, yeah. It's really quick though. It's like literally
Okay, a
it's
quick
like a maybe 1 to 2 minute thing.
okay, good. So if she watched from the beginning, she wouldn't be lost. I don't want her being lost. I played
And
the 2018 one.
it's right at the main menu. It says like uh look at what happened previously or something. It's like right on the main menu, right above the new game thing. It says recap the old game, and then you click on it, and it shows like a quick like few little like a 2 minute cutscene that says like, oh, this dude shows up, your wife died, this dude shows up, you fight him at your house. Fucking, you end up having to take your ashes to the mountain. Atreus, whatever the fuck, gets lost in the thing, and then you find the Mimir or whatever. You cut his head off. You take him with you. All that shit. It's all good, man. So yeah, I like the characters in God of War. I love Mimir, dude. He's a cool guy. That little head dude that talks to you.
Mhm.
He's fucking cool as shit.
Yeah,
And
he's like on your belt, right? He was?
yeah, he still is in
Okay.
this game. Yeah, you still have him with you in this game. He's like, hey brother, hey brother. That's what he calls him. So yeah, and then Atreus is much older in this game. He's like a teenager now or something. Um, so yeah, I look forward to playing more of it. I'm like in the beginning of that game still, and like you're fighting the chick that was in the last game. What's her name? Uh, is it Freya?
Faye? Faye? Something like that?
Freya,
Freya? Yeah, I know you're talking about.
the main witch chick. You're
The
fighting
one
her
the
now.
one that helped you in the first one.
Yeah, because like the dude apparently Loki. No, not Loki, but the other dude who showed up. He was her son.
Yes, without
Yeah,
giving too much of that away. I mean, I think we could give that one away. Like,
yeah,
if you haven't played the 2018 God of War by now, then
yeah. That's free. You can pretty much play it anywhere, right?
right.
Well, anywhere on the PlayStation.
Right.
Anywhere
Hey,
on the
you could
PlayStation.
you
Oh,
could play that one
PC.
on PC. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have it on PC. I just didn't play it on my PC. I ended up playing it on my PlayStation, weirdly enough.
Yeah. But yeah, you can play it on the PlayStation PC, I guess. But yeah. So when you killed her son at the end of the game, like she became vengeful towards you, and actually in this game, right off the bat, she shows up and tries to fuck you up, kind of like how that dude showed up in the first game in the beginning, right? And you fight him.
Mhm.
Well, she shows up in this game, and you have to run away from her with Atreus. You don't actually fight her, but you run away from her, and there's like a whole thing where she's chasing you through like the woods and like trying to fuck you up, and like you're on a dog sled thing or whatever, and like somehow when you get to your house, she can't come in there because
Video
like
game magic.
yeah, there's like some sort of force field or something that Kratos put up around his house or something. Like they're like once you get past a certain point, the magic doesn't work. Like the magic that she uses, she doesn't have the powers or whatever anymore. Like because she like because doesn't she has the ability to like look through birds, right? Or like control birds and see what birds see or whatever. And like once you reach a certain point near your house, her magic doesn't work anymore there. Like it's gone. So maybe she's not as powerful. She won't go fuck with you at your house.
Right.
um, but yeah, God of War, Ooh, fucking fucking Final Fantasy, fuck yeah, PlayStation, best console ever. Yeah. But yeah, so I ended up doing that, right? I upgraded my PlayStation, but then I also turned around and bought another one of those hard drives, Mayo, and I stuck it inside my PC. So now I have like 6 terabytes of space on my PC.
Nice.
So I have two NVMe drives in there that are 2 terabyte. I have an SSD that's like 800 gigs, and then I have a 2 terabyte like regular hard drive. Like an SSHD or whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah, I got whatever 6 terabytes. So I think I'm pretty good. I don't
Yeah,
need
you're
more
probably alright
space.
for a little while until the next Call of Duty comes out.
And Starfield,
Yeah, or
Starfield, and Call of
Starfield.
Duty. You need more space, Jesus. You don't have enough space.
That's Do you think that's why they're coming out with a new Xbox? Maybe
Maybe. Like, oh
maybe
yeah,
maybe the white S isn't gonna be big enough to play it.
oh yeah,
Like our
as
hard
we
drive barely you can put Starfield on there and that's it. The rest of the games you have to
yeah,
cloud play.
exactly. We can afford to put Starfield on there. Fucking 170 gigs of Starfield on your thing, and the other ones you're fucked. Good luck. Yeah, I mean, you might have some truth to that, Mail. But yeah, so been playing that. Besides all that, I actually went on the PC, played some more games. Been playing a little bit of I told you before, Battlefield City Skylines. But a little bit of more 6 Days to Fallujah. They did a new patch to it, so they
Mhm.
increased so the difference between this and Ready or Not is that this does have a time limit. Each mission has like a timer. Timer runs out, failed mission. The problem with that is that the game also like punishes you if you're not like playing tactically, you know what I mean? Like if you just run and gun like Call of Duty, the game is like, okay, we're gonna fucking kill you, like the game
Right.
is pretty brutal. Like you die right away when you get shot. So it's like a trade off, and people were complaining that it's like the time limit is too restricting for that. For like slow tactical gunplay, it is too restricting. Like because you have it in the back of your head, you have this thing where like, oh fuck, we got a timer going. Like we got to get to the objective and take it out. So I think they increased the timers to 20 minutes instead of 15, which gives you an extra 5 precious minutes. Um, and they also made the mortar fire because a lot of these levels have enemies that have like mortars, right? And before they were super accurate with these mortars. Once they knew where you were, if you didn't move right away into a building, you were gonna get hit with the mortar. And once you get hit with the mortar, there's no picking you up. You're dead. So they made it more inaccurate to where the mortar fire is. But if you're out in the open, say you're like walking down the street, the people can see you more clearly, and you will get mortared right away. So there's like a trade off, right? If you're hiding between the buildings and like staying in cover, kind of, it's harder for them to see you, so they're kind of just shelling randomly. Um, but if you're out in the open and they can spot you and see you, then they will call it back to their guy, and they will be able to shell where you're at. So there's a trade off there. Um, they also did some other things to the game. They added like some other minor things to it. They added push to talk. So now you can mute, like you can have it to where it's only push to talk, which I
Okay.
switched it to. I ended up switching it to that, Mayo, but I ended up finding out. Okay, let me tell you this. It was weird, right? Because I was complaining about that in the beginning. And I was like, kind of weird that your mic is always open.
Mhm.
But when you're playing this game, you want your mic to be open because you're constantly talking to your teammates. And if you
You're
have
trying
to
to
call,
non-stop communication,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and if you're trying to push to talk, it is fucking near impossible to push to talk. I thought about maybe mapping my push to talk to one of my side mouse buttons
Mhm.
to have like much easier access to it, because like having to do call outs and like saying, okay, we're gonna breach this building, or I'm right behind you, let's move up. Like it's hard when you're doing push to talk, because you're if the mic was just open, you could just be talking to your squad mates next to you. Now, yes, if there's a gunfight going on, they can really hear you because the gunfire. But and like if you get kind of like a little bit separated, it's harder for them to hear you because of the proximity chat. So you have to use the push to talk no matter what there. But it would be nice to be inside a building, right? Like clearing a fucking house, and like be able to go through and just talk like, hey guys, I'm covering the basement. I'm going into the upstairs. I'm moving into the kitchen. I'm taking the back door. Like it would be nice to be able to just talk like that. So I ended up moving back to open mic. So I actually liked the open mic concept of this, dude. It was weird, right?
Yeah, nice.
But
I
it,
mean, you
but
wouldn't think at first, but yeah, like you said, the communication would, from what I've seen, would be pretty important because you're
it is
always
very
communicating.
important. Yeah, you're constantly saying we're moving left, moving right, covering this, covering that. Like, hey, I need you guys to cover this section real quick. We're gonna move into breach this building. Like you're constantly communicating with everyone in your squad, and if you don't have that communication, then you're fucked. It's kind of like the same in Ready or Not, right? If you go in there without communication in Ready or Not, it ends up being really hard.
Mhm.
People start dying, and you don't know that they died because they're not calling it out, or they're not communicating where they're headed, and you don't know where they went down. Then you get like ambushed because of whatever reason. And so yeah, but I look forward to seeing what this game evolves to be, Mayo. Like this game is old, man. It was supposed to come out in 2011, right?
Yeah.
Like they started development in this game in 2009. Konami was going to be the publisher, and I think they ended up not doing it because I think Congress and people started complaining that because the war was still going on in Afghanistan and shit in Iraq. They were saying, "Oh well, we shouldn't be making video games about the Iraq and Afghanistan war because it could paint a bad picture on American soldiers, right?" Because the game was supposed to be about like a gritty, realistic military shooter game that that had a campaign where you played as the U.S. soldiers in Iraq, but there was also supposed to be a campaign where you played as a civilian family, as like a dad of like a family in Iraq when the U.S. invaded, and you were trying to escape the city, and you were trying to avoid both the Marines and the Taliban, right? Because you don't want to encounter either, right? Because there's a fucking war going on. So you're trying to get your family out of the city. So there's a campaign that's supposed to be one side, and then another campaign that's supposed to be the other side. And people said that it was too controversial. It's too soon, Mayo. We can't do it. The war's
Right.
still going on, and it would make it look like people in the U.S. government also told Konami like this is bad optics for the U.S. military. Like, you know what I mean? We need fucking soldiers to send out there, and you're gonna release a video game showing how terrible war is. Like, maybe motherfuckers are not gonna want to sign up for war. So, like, fuck you. You better not release this game. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Whereas Call of Duty made it look cool. You're doing cool shit, so people want to join the army and shit. Where this game is like this shit's terrible. You don't want to go there. It's fucking scary and shit. You
Right.
know?
It reminds me, just actually just last night, I've never seen this movie. I watched it with my youngest boy.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen it probably. It was popular. Hacksaw Ridge,
Oh yeah.
and like how really like how that one was at the end of the movie. You're like, holy cow! All the people like getting blown up and their legs getting blown off and stuff. And
Yeah.
he was like, my boy was like, I wonder what people think about this movie. Like, like how they dick, like how they show things. And he's like, it would encourage you to not want to go to war or not want to fight.
Yeah, literally, that's what this game is. Almost like what this game is, right? Like, yes, the game is very like, oh, hoorah, hoorah, like America, fuck yeah, let's get in there and fuck these guys up. But it's also like very difficult, and it's showing you like, hey, man, this shit ain't a joke. Like, when you're getting shot at and you don't know because there's 50 houses in front of you and around you where the people are shooting from, and all you hear is a bunch of screaming and shit going on, and like you see like random flashes of gunfire from a window, you know,
Mhm.
It's supposed to be like, what the hell? And the game actually, Mayo, right now it's in early access, right? So all you have on the maps are the enemies. The game, when it was originally set to come out in 2011, it was supposed to have civilians as well on the map. Now, if you know anything about the Iraq and Afghan war, the people they were fighting were insurgents, really, right? There were people like, it wasn't like a uniformed fucking military that the US was fighting, right? They're fighting like civilian close people. So like at any time you could be walking down the road and the motherfucker pulls out a gun and starts shooting at you because he was hiding it under his robes or his jacket or whatever. You know what I mean? Like the motherfucker would just pull out an AK and start shooting at you and shit. Or like a car would be driving by and a motherfucker would sit up out of the back of the truck and start shooting at you because the motherfucker was laying in the back of the truck hiding with an AK. You know what I mean? So like this game was supposed to depict that. It was like I don't know if they're still gonna do it in this version of the game, but originally the game was supposed to have that. It was supposed to say like no, there was supposed to be civilians on the map as well. So when you're breaching houses and like going through the houses and checking the houses for guns and shit, there's supposed to be civilian people in the game that are like innocent people, kind of like Ready or Not that has civilians and shit, and you can fucking kill them, and the game is gonna punish you for it. Right? It's gonna tell you like, hey, you fucked up, you killed this many people or whatever, and a lot of them were civilians. You weren't supposed to do that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. Maybe it'll still get blocked.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
maybe another war will pop off, and the U.S. will be like, oh no, we need soldiers. You guys are not Call of Duty. What is this shit? You're making us look bad. Stop. Yeah, but yeah, so we'll see what happens there. I look forward to playing more of that. What else? What else, Mayo? Oh, another game that I played this week, Dave the Diver. So I ended up picking this up on Steam. It was on sale for like 17, $18. Original price is like $23. And or maybe it's 20, I don't know. But Dave the Diver, it's a weird game. So it's like a restaurant managing game, but during the day and the afternoon you're supposed to go diving into the ocean to catch the fish that you're going to cook in the restaurant at night, right? So if you don't catch anything, you don't have anything to cook and you don't make any money. But the game never stops introducing new mechanics to you and new gameplay things every minute of the game. Literally, it's like constantly like reinventing itself almost. Not completely, but adding a whole new mechanic that makes you be like, oh, this is not going to get stale because this is adding new stuff all the time. So the game starts off right. You start diving. You're with your rich friend or whatever, and he moves you to some island somewhere. I don't know where, some fucking island. And there's a dude there that has a restaurant, and you're supposed to go diving and get him fish. That's how the game starts out. Then the next day you go diving, and there's a dolphin in the water, and the dolphin starts like making noises and shit, and it's kind of telling you to follow it. And like you cannot follow it. You can just say fuck the dolphin and not follow it. But if you follow it, it takes you to go like rescue its little buddy that got stuck under like a log or some shit under the water. You know what I mean? Like it's fish dolphin buddy got stuck in the water somehow. So you rescue the dolphin. Then you go back up or whatever, and then you find more shit. And then the next time you go diving, they introduce like, oh, now there's like an upgrade app where you can upgrade your diving gear, like your suit, your like how deep you can dive, right? Your oxygen levels, like how much oxygen you have left. Like you can have bigger tanks and have more oxygen to be under the water longer. And your harpoon, you can upgrade that. And like how much weight you can carry, because there's like a weight limit to how much weight you can carry in the beginning, but you're gonna increase that significantly if you upgrade your shit. And then the game starts introducing even more shit the next time you come around. So the next time you come around, some dude shows up and he's like, "Hey man, I'm some fucking professor from some university, and like we think there's like a lost city down under the water." And you're like, "Okay, so what? Why do I care?" And the dude's like, "No, man, listen, if you go find me like some artifact down there, I will promise you that I will put it on like a website and like promote my shit and say that we found this artifact of this lost city around here. And think about how many more people are going to come to your restaurant because of this, right? Because people want to come here to like find to like where this lost city is and shit." So then you do that. Then the next day comes around, Mayo, and like some like fucking activist people show up that are like anti fishers and like those activists in the water. And they show up and they're like, "Hey, motherfucker, we know you're killing fish down there, you son of a bitch. Why are you fishing? Like, fuck you, man. And we're gonna come get you." And then they kind of leave, right? So you don't know what's gonna happen there. And then the next time you go back to your restaurant, some like blogger lady shows up, and she's like a restaurant critic, right? And she heard about your restaurant opening up. And apparently the cook that's running the restaurant used to work for her at another restaurant. And she's like, "Oh, you're working in this shithole now?" And he's like, "Fuck you, lady." She's like, "This is a good restaurant." And she's like, "Okay, well then prove it." And he's like, "All right, I'm gonna make you the best dish I've ever made." And then he's like, "All right, man, I need you to go kill a shark because I need a shark head." And you're like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I need you to go kill a shark." So then you go back to your boat, right? And you're like, "Okay, I can't kill a shark with the fucking harpoon. How am I gonna kill the shark?" And the guy's like, "Oh man, download the app on your phone that like unlocks the gun store thing." And like you go and now you can buy guns to take under the water to kill like the big fish that attack you, right? Because there's certain fish that attack you. There's little fish that attack you, and then there's big ones like sharks and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have guns to kill these guys. So you take a gun, and then it says, "Swim all the way to the right," and that's where the sharks hang out. So you swim all the way to the right, and then you find where the shark is, and you start fighting that fucker, and then you kill him, you cut him up, and you take him back up. Now you have now you have to find the other ingredients that the dude needs for his plate, and the dude ends up cooking it up. And what's really cool about that, every time like there's like something big happening in the kitchen in terms of the cooking, there's like a cool little cutscene that plays out, like a funny little cutscene where like the dude who's the chef, he's like a samurai chef. He's like this black dude, but he does like samurai shit. It'll be like a samurai movie where like he's pulling out the sword and it's like, like it's all shiny and shit, and like it makes the sword noise. And then like he's cutting it all up really fast like a samurai and shit. And then he starts cooking it, and like the cutscenes are really well made, man. Like I love the cutscenes, and the music is really good. And but so you're thinking all I'm doing is catching fish and like cutting kelp and fishing and helping dolphins and shit. No, bro, no, that's not the game, Mayo. The game is running the restaurant. Okay, so during the nighttime, the restaurant opens up,
Okay.
and with whatever fish you caught during the day, you create new dishes. You put it on the menu. So the menu will have originally it has 3 slots, but you can keep upgrading to have 4, 5, 10, 15 slots or whatever. But originally it has like 3. And then so you say, okay, we're gonna cook this fish and this one and this one. And then it'll say, okay, well, how many of it do you want to cook? You can say I only caught one of these fish, so we're only gonna put one on the menu for like quantity 1. But I caught 15 of this other fish, we'll put 15 of these on the menu. The problem is though, Mayo, whatever you put on the menu, say I dedicate 15 fish of a certain type of plate to the menu, the game tells you once you dedicate this for the cooking for the night, if you don't sell 15 plates, that doesn't mean you get those. It's like say you sold 5 and you still have 10 left over. The game is not like, oh, you're gonna get those 10 fish back, right? And you're gonna use them tomorrow. No, the game's like, no, you've prepped those, you've cooked them, or you're gonna prepare them.
Yeah, it's gone, and
It's gone. Like you have to kind of manage what's popular and what's not popular. You know what I mean? And there's like an Instagram app in the game that kind of like shows people taking pictures of the food at your restaurant, and like it gains popularity. And like you can kind of start gauging to see what people like the most and like what people are interested in the most. So like you can like if you have a really popular dish, but all of a sudden people are saying that this other dish is so much better, maybe you start lowering the amount of options you have on this dish, start increasing the other one. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
that part of it reminds me of like I mentioned it when we talked to you earlier this week when we were talking about the game. The one where you go up and you go into a mine and you come back out.
oh, Moonlighter.
Moonlighter. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it reminds me of.
yeah.
'Cause,
No,
Moonlighter was the same
yeah.
way, like, in Moonlighter, you would have, like, you could put an item, but it didn't tell you the worth, and you would look at their reactions, and they'd be, like, really happy, and you cut them a really good deal, so you would raise the prices and lower the prices, and you had to try to manage it, you know?
Yeah. No, he's exactly like
And
Moonlighter.
if
Yeah,
you flood the market, it makes them not buy it, and
but it doesn't let you set. I don't know. I'm not sure if it lets you set. I think it doesn't let you set the price. Maybe it does. I just didn't fuck with that part. But like it'll have basic set prices, right? It'll be like this is gonna cost $2. This dish will cost $50. This dish will cost $100. Um, Obviously, the harder the animal is to kill in the water, right? Like a shark or something, it's gonna be like a $50 plate, right? But so the thing with this mayo is that you can also upgrade the dishes. So like say you have 50 of a certain type of fish, you can like use some of that fish up to level up the dish, and it'll like have a little cutscene where the dude's like cooking again, and he's like all fucking lighting fires and shit. And like you level up the dish, now it's a level 2 dish. Now it costs $5 instead of $2. And you can level it up, I don't know how many times. Because I leveled up a lot of them to like level 3 and shit. And like so you can level up these dishes, which makes them more expensive, but it also adds more ingredients to them. Now it's gonna cost you more to make, but you make more money off of it too, you know what I mean? So it's
Right.
like a trade-off, right? So like you start thinking, what fish can I catch the most? Can I catch more of this or more of that? But every time you go in the water, sometimes you see a lot of a certain fish and sometimes you don't. So it's kind of like I don't know if the game also is tracking how many fish you fish of what type. You know what I mean? Like how many you catch of a certain type. And it lowers that amount of that kind of fish
Mm-hmm.
and it like increases the other kind of fish. I don't know if that's how this works, but there's been times where I gone down there and I find a lot of a certain type of fish, right? And I find a lot of them, and I'm like just catching them, and killing them or whatever. But then there's times where I go down there and I don't see any of that kind, and I'm like, fuck, I wanted this for my menu tonight, and there's none here. I'm like, what the hell? So there's like a weird thing there, but you can go really deep in the game in the water, like it's like you can go like really deep and but there's like oxygen tanks under the water you can find to like refill your oxygen when you're down there. There's like escape things where you can go to like a certain part and it'll say hold the space bar to escape, and it'll like they'll send down like a little dive thing and you get in it and you go back up with your stuff. Like that's kind of like a get the fuck out of there as quick as you can almost thing, you know. But yeah, there's a lot of things to this game going on, man. And the thing is, like, you may think, right, like, oh wow, Jesus, all you're doing is fishing fish and cooking them. No, man, like I'm telling you, every time you go in the water, there's like an objective to it too. The fucking dolphin will show up and he'll be like, hey, and, and you fucking end up going and helping, and you cut like you find his buddy caught in a fucking net by fishermen. So you have to cut the net, but the net's like moving because they're trying to escape with the fish. So you have to like try to like do it really fucking fast. And sometimes you try to catch a certain fish male with your harpoon, and it'll become like a mini game where like you have to tap the space bar really really fast to like fill up this meter to catch the fish. Or sometimes it'll be like click really fast on the right on the you have to right click really really fast to catch this, or like you have to press A and D, you know, like A and D simultaneously or whatever. Not
Mm-hmm.
simultaneously, but like really fast. You know, you have to press A and D really fast, and like that's how you catch the fish because it'll fill the meter up, right? That one I really suck at. I figured out that I have really bad like dexterity on my left hand, I guess, because I can never do that one, dude. I'm always like, God, fuck, and like I even try to switch into like my index and my middle finger, right, to like use those two for like clicking the A and D key, and my dexterity on my left hand is shit, man. I always fail that mini game. I even like went into the settings to see if I could disable that one. You know, because I fucking suck at it so much.
You trying to
Oh,
skip that mini game?
I'm like, I need some accessibility settings. My my carpal tunnel's not letting me do this. Fucking bullshit. You know, like what the fuck? like legit, bro. I can't do it. I can't fucking do that one. Like you have to like really tap him, really fucking like. It's not. Did you thinking, man? Oh, Jesus is really no, dude. Like this shit is like you gotta tap this shit fast as fuck, like fast, like. And then while you're
You
doing
gotta.
that, okay, while you're doing this, man, okay, you telling me, oh, what? Use your right hand, Jesus. I know that's what you're thinking, man. I know. I see
No,
it.
I'm thinking something
Uh,
else. Something you may not even know about.
Use your right hand, Jesus. Well, I can't, Mayo, because if you let go of the mouse click thing, like if you unclick it, guess what? The fish gets away. So you have to hold the click, hold it in while you harpoon, right? You're holding that mouse and then you're tapping really fucking fast with your left hand. It's so fucking hard. It's hard,
Yeah.
Mayo.
I get it. I believe you.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you what you need to do is go out and buy a new keyboard, but buy one of the like MMO ones where you can set up like a macro on the side and you can program it and you just set those buttons as being back and forth and you can that way you only got to press it one time and it'll do that whole sequence of button presses.
Oh,
You know, it like records it. So you set up like a
yeah.
macro key was like whatever it's gonna be like macro one, and you would do like a series of keys, and then you would just basically it records those key presses, and then it plays it back. You just have to hit it one time, and it'll play it in that sequence. So you could just alternate it back and forth, and then you could just save it, and you hit it one time, and boom, there you go, Jesus. Just go buy yourself a new keyboard.
Yeah, add another peripheral to my PC gaming.
Right?
For fucking Dave the Diver out of all the
Go
games.
go buy $100 keyboard for a $20
For
game, Jesus.
yeah, for Dave the Diver. I'm gonna go buy his a whole other keyboard. Now I know there is controller support for this game because this game is out on consoles. And there is controller support. So maybe I'll do that instead. Because maybe like the little I'm assuming the gameplay will probably have to do with like rotating the thumbsticks or like clicking the triggers, you know what I mean? Which might be easier for me to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this game, I don't know if it's for me, man. So listen, I ended up returning it because I got kind of bored with it. Not that I got bored with it, but like it was too much for me. Too much game. I couldn't take the pressure of every time I go diving, some new guy shows up and he's like, "Hey, man, okay, now we found this cave down there, but it's covered with rocks. Now you need to take this bomb down there and set up this explosive shit down there and blow it up, and then we do that. And now you have to do this, you have to do that." And it's like the list of shit that you have to do every time you go in the water keeps getting longer and longer. And I don't know if some of this shit's timed or not. Because like the main quest at your restaurant, like, oh, like we're gonna prepare this dish for this famous celebrity that's coming to your restaurant, right? But this guy's like a vegan, so he has to have like this certain type of shit on his dish or whatever the fuck, right? And you have to go find these ingredients in the water. Or like this guy wants like his action figure toy that fell off a boat in a box, and you have to find the box in the water or whatever. Like, so there's like all these things that you have to constantly be like searching for and trying to get down there and dive and find this shit. And it became too much for me, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll pick this up on the PS5 and enjoy it more on there, okay? Maybe I'll pick it up again on the sale. It's not for me, man. But
Yeah.
it's not for me, but it is a good game. I will say that. It is a fun game. It is unique in terms of the game never stops evolving almost. It's almost like you kind of wanting to see what's next. Like every time you about to go dive, you're like, okay, what are they going to task me to do this time? Like before they asked me to go down there and blow up a cave. What are they going to do now? Now it's like, oh, go down there and go into the cave. And now you found like a secret society sunken building thing or whatever. And you're like, whoa, what is this? And then like you start hearing voices under the water and you're like, whoa, are these creatures going to show up and like fuck me up or what's going on right now, And then like now you have to go fight a shark. Now you have to go even like upgrade your suit so you can go deeper into the water and like unlock new shit. There's like all kinds of shit, Mayo, that you can do in this game, and I'm looking forward to seeing what people say about it and what they experience with it, because the restaurant part was cool and that's kind of fun. There's like a mini game there where you have to serve people their food in time, right? Like they get kind of like you see the little picture pop up of what they ordered, and the chef is cooking, and the chef has the plate ready, so you have to run to the right, pick up the plate, run to the left, serve the plate, run back, grab the other plate, go back, But then later on, you can hire
like some overcooked action.
Yes, but you're not cooking. You're just picking up the plates and serving the people. And then sometimes people want you to serve them like a drink. So like that's a mini game. So you run up to them and you press the button to serve them. I think it's the space bar. And then you have to hold S to pour the drink. And as it's filling up, you have to let go at the perfect time because there's like a little bar on top of the cup. And if you go over too much or you spill the drink, then it's like a bad one, right? But if you stop too low, then it's bad too. So you have to fill it up to that line and kind of stop near that line to get like a perfect or like an okay, and then you get a tip you get like $1 tip or whatever if you do it right or something. You know what I mean? Or if you get the food fast enough to the customer, they give you like a tip for it. So there's like all these little mini games, and there's also like a hiring game too. So you put out ads like on the TV or the radio or the newspaper or magazines for like hiring employees, and then you hire employees that come in there and you can say, I want you to cook, I want you to serve food. But like some employees have like better traits at certain things, like, oh, some people are more friendly or they're better at social skills, so you want them serving the food. Some people are better at cooking, so you want them in the kitchen, right? And like there's levels to that as well. You can hire like, I think in the beginning of the game you can hire one of each, but then you can hire like up to like 7 or 8 employees. So I think the restaurant actually ends up expanding later on in the game. You could actually make it bigger because the game starts off where you have a bar, and that's kind of like the restaurant, right? Like a little bar section. But I think the game actually ends up expanding to where you have like a dining area, you know, like a whole dining area thing. And then there's another mini game in the game where you like fix your restaurant. So like you can paint the walls, change the design, you can change the way the booth looks, you can change the music in the building, you can change everything. Like, so there's a lot of shit going on in this game, Mayo, that you may think, oh well, this is just a stupid little fucking game. No, dude, there's like a lot of shit going on, Mayo. A lot, dude.
Sounds like it. It looked like it did. I mean, when I looked into it when you first told me about it, I looked it up on Steam. It looked like I had a lot going on by the little video they shown you.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. So if you're interested in that type of shit, check it out. It's called Dave the Diver. It is available, I believe, on everything. Honestly, I would assume it's on everything. I don't think there would be nothing that cannot run this game. I'm surprised it's not on an iPhone. Honestly, I mean, the game is probably on a Switch. So check it out. I know this was an early access game on Steam as well. People were playing it in early access, but now it's actually full release. So yeah, there's that, Mayo. Dave the Diver, actually a pretty good game, but not a Jesus game. But I recognize that it is a good game. And that's it, Mayo. That's all I've
And that's
done.
it.
I mean, that's a lot of shit.
That's a
It's been
lot of
like
shit. You've been playing
it's
a
been
lot. Like I said, most of my playing time was all like Final Fantasy. Then I dabbled in a few other games. And I tell you one thing though, Jesus, playing Final Fantasy, like so much button clicking. Continuously clicking A, clicking A, clicking A.
yeah.
Just I can't miss out A, but whatever the button is, it's just always the attack, hitting the attack button, and just over and over. And I went from that game to playing. We picked up the remastered version of Castle Crashers for some reason.
Okay.
My girlfriend mentioned she used to like playing it, and my son heard it, and he was like, "Oh, I've been wanting to play that." So we ended up buying the remastered version, and we've been playing through that. And that again, a whole bunch of clicking, just hitting the same button for attack over and over and over. And we ended up playing through that a little bit, but nothing like playing Final Fantasy for like 7 hours straight, and then going and playing another game where you clicking on a button. I'm like, man, my thumb is tired. Like I'm gonna have like a super muscle thumb over here because I'm gonna click on a button forever for a whole day. I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah.
But the new Castle Crashers, I don't remember, Jesus. Like I played the old one. We played it a lot. I've had it on Steam, and we beat the campaign. We went through and got all the pets and like a lot of the characters unlocked, I think. And playing this one, I don't remember so many things being in the way. So they, it's like they make it like having a bunch of stuff in the foreground. So it's like a side scrolling, but they put stuff in the front of the screen now. And I don't remember it having that many things in the front of the screen. So I don't know if it's something they added or not. But I don't remember there used to be like the first boss you would walk out and he would have this board with spikes on it and he would slam it on the ground. And if he hit you, all the people would kind of cheer. Well, in this one, like when they cheer, they stand up and it's like in front of the screen so you can't see around them. So you can't see like the bottom of the whole fighting area that you're running around in because the people are standing up there in the way. And then I've had some times too, it's been like when you go into the shop, there's like you go into like a whale where all your weapons are you find in the game, and they're along this back wall, and it tells you like +3 damage, plus whatever magic or whatever, right? When you go in there, when you go to stand in front of it, and it shows you that your health bars in the top are over top of it. So you have to like move the camera or move your character just right so you can see what the stats are even of the weapons because the health bars are in the way. It seemed like it was kind of like poor design a little bit, but I mean everything else was cool, like the effects they had, but it made the game almost more difficult. Even as we've been leveling up through the game, they're like, you unlock a new combo, and it shows it across the bottom, and you're fighting, and there's enemies there, and you may be standing there, and it just overshadows your character, so you can't even see your character when that pops up, and it stays up there for like 30 seconds and like tells you the new combo, give you time to look at it. And it's just like covers it up and it gets in your way. I feel like they did a lot more stuff in the foreground, and it actually made it more difficult, I thought. But that music in that game is probably still some of my favorite music of like any game, like that the old Castle Crashers music. They kept the same music in the game, and that was so much fun. I did love that music in that game. Then it made me think of a game I looked up the other day. It reminded me. Do you remember this game called Battle Block Theater?
Yeah.
It probably had the funniest beginning of a game I've ever seen. It had the little storyline and talks about it in a ship, and it's like throwing the people out. So I might pick that one up and play that one again here soon too. But that was like only on the Xbox. And then I've been playing a little bit of Faster Than Light. One night I was talking to you, I was playing Faster Than Light on the PC, and I would have gone back to that game, and I'm like, on one of the ships, I thought you had to do like one more achievement to get this new ship unlocked. And I played through it for a while, and I had to have 7 different races on my ship at the same time. So I'm like just buying people up left and right. And the game would just keep making it so hard. And like it knew what I was trying to do, Jesus. I'd be going along and make my ship kind of decent and just going from store to store to try to collect the people. And all of a sudden I get like invaded by the Manus people and they'd kill like 2 or 3 of my races, and it would just ruin my run. So I'd have to start over. There was just other time back. It happened a lot. Like I've had games where I'd never really get invaded. And this time like I didn't want to get invaded because I wanted to keep my crew. And I kept getting invaded all the time. But I finally got that achievement, and then I did not get a ship upgrade. So evidently you only needed to have 2 of the 3. And this just gave me all 3. And so I didn't even get a ship upgrade out of it. So it is kind of a waste of time, really. So then I started playing the game, literally just trying to get through it again. And just like always before, Jesus, that game is so hard. Like once you get going, you feel like you're really good and you're really prepared for something. And then something hits you that you're not prepared for, whether it's a certain fight or you run out of fuel, or I feel like everything in that game has to like come together just right for it to be able to beat it. And I don't know, this seems tough.
That game is tough as fuck, man. Playing on the iPad, I've been playing it.
That's what made me want to play it again when you were talking about playing it on the iPad, and I'm like, man, I want to play that game again.
I did one run where I actually made it all the way to the end, but by the time I got to the last sector, I feel like I was doing pretty good until I realized I wasn't doing really good.
Yeah. That last sector is hard too, because you have to fight the motherships like multiple times.
Yeah, all the time. You have to everything you jump to, there's an enemy to fight,
and it's a really strong enemy. Like it was like a hard fight every time.
And the main ship, the flagship, it's really hard to kill. Like yeah, it's a difficult fight. So yeah, I died a lot, and now every time I play, I feel like the game punishes me in a different way. Like it knows
every time,
almost,
yeah. It almost knows like the opposite of what you're doing. Like if you're really strong and weapons and stuff, you get invaded.
Yeah.
Or you start running out of opportunities to find fuel. You start like you're moving around and so you're going to lots of different beacons to like try to like keep getting materials. And all of a sudden you start getting low on fuel and you'll start like you'll make a jump and you'll go somewhere and you think you're gonna fight somebody and it'll be like an empty jump. And you're like, oh crap, that just wasted fuel. And you'll go to another one and they'll be like they'll attack you and they'll give you like scrap metal and no fuel. And you're like, crap.
Yep.
You just feel like the game makes it rough on you on purpose.
I kind of wish they made an FTL like with like 3D graphics. That would be cool. I guess it's Bomber Crew, right?
Right. Yeah.
So,
good job, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of wish they like did that, but in space. Okay, that's what I want. I found Bomber Crew on that PlayStation Pass thing.
Yeah, I have that installed on my PlayStation.
I installed it. I was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna play this shit.
You're gonna be like me with Dead Cells. I have Dead Cells like everywhere. I have it on the Xbox. I have it on the PlayStation. I have it on the Switch. I have it on the PC. You're gonna be that way with Bomber Crew. I bet you have it on everything.
Do I even? I don't know if I have it on Steam, man. I should check. It's probably on sale with the summer sale.
Probably.
I wouldn't doubt it, right? That it would be on hell with the fucking summer sale. Fucking, but yeah, I love Bomber Crew, dude. I I adore that fucking game. I guess one of those games that I could play forever, dude. Like forever. Look at that. Bomber Crew is $2 right now.
Oh man,
It's $2 on Steam. It went from $20 to $2, man. They also have the new one, Space Crew. They have like all the bundle for everything.
that's also on the PlayStation Plus.
They have all the DLC and everything for it for $10. I don't know, man. I like the
You didn't
US.
really like the space one, did you?
I didn't like the. They have the. I really did like the. Was the U.S. Air Force DLC for the first one was kind of cool because like the plane changes the layout, right? Like you have instead of having like the British style bomber, you have the U.S. one, and it's a little bit more like badass. Plus, you can make it paint. You can make it look like metallic, like metallic color.
Like
Yeah,
unpainted metal or whatever.
yeah, like that looks fucking cool as shit. Uh, I'm gonna buy it on Steam right now. No, Jesus, you don't need it. You don't need it. Stop myself. I gotta get out of Steam mail before I start buying random shit like I always do on the show,
Right?
and then I never play it. I need to stop myself. Okay, I end up buying too much shit on this show. You're a bad influence, Mayo.
Sometimes.
You start encouraging me on this shit, and I end up going for it. But yeah, anything else you played that you would like to speak on?
Not that I can really think of. I did give a shot to Yakuza Tail of the Dragon, I think it's called.
Yeah.
It was okay. I just played a little bit. The combat wasn't what I expected. I thought that was kind of different. Like you run around in the city and you kind of work in the Yakuza, and you go through and when you come up to an enemy, it's like you have like it's like your buttons are your triangle or whatever we call it buttons, but like A is attack, this one's dodge, is Y is dodge and it just is like you have to like pick what you want to do before you do it. And so like you hit it and it's like attack and you'll do like an attack and it'll show like damage. It's like almost turn based. And so I was like, okay, that was kind of different. I expected it to be a little different than that, but it has that typical the humor that you would you hear about in that series or where I knew I was getting into right away. I'm like, you can tell it has a lot of humor in it and stuff like that. So it was interesting. It played really well on the PlayStation. That's what I was playing it on, and it ran smooth and looked good. The commercial from the Xbox showcase has kind of made me like curious about wanting to play it. I'm like, I'm gonna check this out just because it's on the showcase, and I've never played any of them before, so I'm gonna give this a whirl and see what it's like. And I think I maybe played like a half hour where you kind of just get an idea of what's going on. You start off with like I don't remember even how you start up. You like come across somebody and you gotta like fight them, and then you fight the guy. It's like okay, you just hit A to attack, and then it's the other button is dodge, and you can pick, and then it teaches you how to use your items, and you can heal yourself, and you end up meeting with like one of your like bosses, and then you find out like you're in a restaurant or something, and you like with a boss in it. You find out that his girlfriend or something is seeing some other guy or like some cop or something like that, and so that's kind of like what the game was starting off to go to, and it just I don't know, it was okay. I don't know, it really wasn't for me. Jesus, it just I don't know the whole not like being turn based action and stuff behind it. It was okay. I don't think it's something I'm going to keep playing. I'm glad it was on the PS Plus to just try it for free. It was on Game Pass as well. It still is on Game Pass. It's just it didn't grab me. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of want to try them out. I kind of ever since I saw that a reveal for the new one.
yeah, I was the same way when I seen the review. I'm like, that's kind of silly, like how they did it. They didn't show anything.
So you didn't like the turn-based combat in it?
Yeah, not really. Like, because it's very much like it's hard to describe. Like it's like almost like Final Fantasy VII remake combat.
Where you have the three characters on the left and three on the right or whatever, and then
you kind of see them. It's in like a 3D environment, but you have to pick. So when you hit attack, you kind of like are locked onto one guy, and you gotta select which one you're gonna attack, and it attacks them, and it does so much damage. And then I think there was like if you do this, like this ability would do something, or you can choose between which way you wanted to attack, and then it would do like a point system. Like you did like 15 damage, and then it'd show their health bar, and like, okay, I didn't take him out yet, and then you had to attack him again, and it just, I don't know. Like I said, the turn-based combat really wasn't for me. The humor was, but then just like, I don't know. Maybe if I get further in the game, it would be better, but I don't think I might jump back into it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I kind of want to try them out. I know I played one in the past that I really liked.
Yeah, and I've always heard good
Uh,
about it, so it's probably
there
just
was
not my kind of
one.
game. I guess it's a good game. It's just not my kind of game.
There was one that I played a long time ago. I don't remember what it was, but I actually liked it. Because I hear they're pretty good stories. Like the stories are really well done, and it's a long game. It's just like an RPG, right? Like,
Hmm.
so I don't know.
Yeah, like I
But
said,
hey,
this
man.
one, I try to remember. Like I said, you kind of you meet up with your boss in a restaurant, right? And he has his girl over there, and it's like her birthday, right? And he's like showering her with like really expensive gifts. And then you go to the bathroom, and you're like in the bathroom stall, and your girlfriend comes in, and she's talking to this cop guy, and you find out that she's kind of in cahoots with him, and kind of betray your boss. And that's where I stopped
Oh,
playing. So you're like, oh, what's gonna happen here, kind of thing. But
ooh,
it could get interesting.
hmm.
That's pretty much all I've been playing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I don't think there has. I've dabbled in a couple games on the Xbox and the PlayStation, but nothing like very long or nothing like that.
Okay. Do you know the other day I ended up watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3 at home.
I
Uh,
almost bought that on Voodoo the other day.
it's really good. I didn't watch it in theaters, so I ended up watching it at home. I really liked that movie. For me, honestly, Mayo, it's Guardians of the Galaxy is the only Marvel movie, with the exception of Spider-Man and Iron Man, that I can sit through and watch the whole thing without falling asleep. Literally, is the only one. Every other one, all the Avengers, the fucking Captain America. I think I also like the Logan one, the Wolverine ones.
Hmm.
Those are good. I like those. Even like the last one, the last Logan, the one where he was taking care of Xavier in Mexico or whatever. Like I don't know. He was like a limo driver or something. There was a little girl that was like she had like
Yeah,
the
that one was
Wolverine
Logan, right?
powers.
I
That
think that
one
was
was
called.
Logan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I like that one a lot too. Like I like those movies, and I like Guardians of the Galaxy, but I don't like the other Marvel movies. I
yeah.
don't like the
I
other
don't know.
ones.
I thought I seen just a video the other day. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was legit. It was a trailer for Deadpool 3 just came out.
Even the Deadpool ones I don't like as much. Like I like the first one. Second one, I don't even remember it. I know I watched it. I couldn't tell you a part of that movie that I remember.
Something to do with this one, like I happened to ran across it on some kind of video short on my phone or something like that. They were talking about it, and it's something to do with like they showed a little bit of the trailer, and he like something to do with the multiverse. Like he fixes or breaks the multiverse. I think he breaks the multiverse.
Yeah,
So it'll be
yeah.
interesting.
Uh, I think Wolverine is in that one too, because
He is because they show
Wolverine.
him.
Yeah. So, yeah, yeah, but watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3 yesterday, or not yesterday, but the day before, maybe. Saturday night, I watched it. And I actually really liked it a lot, man. I thought that was a cool story. I thought the ending was kind of like lame, the way it ends and the way it all kind of ends up like, I guess the trilogy ends up culminating into this thing, right? I'm like, they can't do this. Like, is it like no? Like, really? This is what they're doing? Like, no way. No, Mayo. I don't want it to be that way. You know what I mean?
Write him a letter.
But it does say on the credits or the end of the movie that something's gonna happen. So I don't think that's gonna really happen. The way the movie ends is not the future of that franchise. I think the future of that franchise is the same characters, moving forward with it. But I like the character. I like all the like. I really realized that I like all the characters in the Guardians of the Galaxy. I like Drax, uh, Gamora, or whatever. The blue chick too was Nebula. Is her name, right?
Mhm.
I like Mantis chick is pretty cool. Star Lord's pretty cool. Rocket's cool. Groot is cool. They're
The
all
one that I
cool.
didn't like, the only one I didn't like, I didn't really care for the second movie.
Yeah,
The dad,
the dad was
Star-Lord's
stupid.
dad, in that whole
Yeah,
scene about the planet, and I don't remember how it all went anymore. It's been a while since I've seen
yeah.
it. I own it, but it just I didn't really care for that one. I thought the first one was really good. I didn't really care about the whole thing with the dad and like
Yeah, that one
all
was
that
pretty
one.
fucking dumb. Yeah, I do remember that part on the second one that I don't like that as
Was it
much.
Kurt Russell or something like that that played the dad?
Yeah, yeah. And in this one, like I said, cool characters, cool movie, really well done. I like the bad guy in this one too. I thought he was cool, and they do a good job with it. So I look forward to seeing what goes on in the future for that franchise. Having said that, it made me want to play Guardians of the Galaxy the game.
There you go. That's a good game.
I haven't beat it yet. I got pretty close to it, I think. I know I'm at least halfway through it. Um, but I wanna fucking download it again on my PS5 and get through it because I own it on there.
I'm trying to remember, and I don't know if it'd give you away. You want me to give you a little spoiler? There's something that's kind of neat in that game.
Go ahead.
All right. So when you get to part in the game, when you beat it, it's kind of like a whole psych. No, you didn't beat it kind of thing. Like it gives you like
I made it that far. Yeah, I
yeah,
did
it
make it
gives you
that
the
far.
end credits, and then they're like more.
Like,
There's more to
no,
play
yeah,
after that.
you thought you were done. This is not the end of the story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That was
because
kind
it
of
kind of
funny.
happens like kind of early in the game, and you're like, wait, that was it? Like what the fuck? You're like, that was a pretty short game, and then the game's like, no, not really. You thought this was over, but it's not really over. It's a cool game. It feels like the movie. They do a really good job in that game
They do.
of making it feel like the movie, dude. Like I think more of these superhero games need to follow that style, right? Like figure out how to make it feel like a movie, and I think you'll hook up a lot of people with it.
I don't know. See, like Jesus, I feel like if we made a game, I feel like we could do it. I feel like you put a lot of action, like make it single player, and then just like quick time events.
Yeah,
Throw some action, some button smashing combos. We've had models of playing through Spider Man and
yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy. It seemed like those always make good games.
Mhm.
I think we could do it. I think
I
Microsoft
would.
needs to hire us and make a game for them.
You know what? I'm gonna say this: Sony is not making video games. They're making movies that are playable like video games.
Hmm.
That's what makes their games so unique and so good and so so well loved and received, I think. Because if you really ever play all their main major titles that are their exclusives, it's always like a movie. It's always like is that like immersive, you know what I mean? Like The Last of Us feels like that. And
Hmm.
then and it translates because we've seen these things get transformed into movies and shows, and they do a really good job at it because they don't really deviate from the games at all. The Last of Us, literally the show, was the first game, the entire first game, you know? And they did a really
Right.
good job with it. And then, God of War feels the same way. It feels like a movie that you're playing through. And I guess that's what most video games are like, but a lot of them don't hit that level of fucking awesomeness that these games have.
I haven't seen it yet, but I don't think the Gran Turismo show will do that well, or will be that.
It's
I
a
haven't
movie,
heard much.
isn't it?
Yeah, they did like a movie.
Yeah, I remember I saw the trailer for it when I went to go watch I went to go watch something. I don't even remember what I watched, but I remember I saw the trailer. When I watched, was it the Mario movie? Maybe. Yeah. Well, anyway, they played the trailer for it, and like it showed the whole beginning of it showed the actual people who actually did it, and it was like, oh, this is a movie about my life, blah blah blah. And then it showed the trailer for the movie where it's about this kid, right? I think they live in the UK or something, and they're really poor immigrants, and the dude, all he does is play video games in his house, and his dad's like, "What the fuck? You spend all your time playing this stupid fucking game." And like all he plays since a little kid is Gran Turismo. I'm like, what little kid had a fucked up childhood that all he played as a little kid growing up was Gran Turismo? Like, like that's sad. That's a bad childhood, bad child. But I guess not really because the dude became an actual fucking Formula driver, right? But still,
Right. He
but
was
like you
job training
said.
his whole life.
I guess he was job training his whole life, dude. Because yeah, like what the fuck? But I don't know if that movie's gonna be good. I don't know. I don't think it is. I think you're right. I think it's gonna flop.
That one doesn't really have a whole lot of plot. It's kind
No.
of hard. They had to reach.
Well, the plot is that the plot is this family that was this immigrant family that was really poor. The child ends up his dad wants him to work because he needs to work, right, Mayo, and you need to help support the family. You're getting older, blah blah blah. And he's like, no, Dad, I want to play games. And the dad's like, oh, you're wasting your time, child. Get to work. Go to the mines. And he's like, no, but Dad, look at this. There's this competition that PlayStation is having that if they get the best drivers, they're gonna train them to be real race drivers. And then he ends up joining the competition, which I remember that when they had that. Sony did say, like, back in the PS4 time, like, hey, look, we're doing this thing where if you want to become a real Gran Turismo driver, then you can compete in the game. And then, like, they took out of all, like, the thousands of people that signed up, right? Went to, like they started racing online. And, like, they started dwindling down the players, saying, like, okay, you don't make the cut, you don't make the cut, you don't make the cut. Until they had, like, so many. And then they said, okay, now you guys that are down to this many, now you guys are going to compete, and then whoever gets down to the last 20 or whatever, you guys are going to actually like fly to wherever the fuck they were having this thing at. And they like actually had like simulators set up and shit. And like, okay, now you're going to drive these fucking cars on a simulator. See how good you really are. So yeah. And that's the plot, Mayo. It's about a poor kid who Sony gave a chance. Look, Sony gave him a chance.
Of course they would.
Not Xbox. Xbox is trying to take his money by selling him another console that's black, okay, with the 1 terabyte Mayo, okay. Meanwhile, PlayStation's making people rich over here. They're trying to give this guy a career in Formula racing, okay. All right, this guy is over here making money for the Ferrari team now or whatever. Okay, like that's legit. I don't see Xbox doing that shit. Okay, I don't see them grabbing the best fucking, what kind of games do they have? The best sailor from Sea of Thieves and giving him a job sailing.
Gosh, the best pirate.
Okay. Okay. I don't see them grabbing the best Halo player and sending them to space, Mayo. Okay. Sony is. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Ryan's gonna love me on this show. Ryan's gonna be pissed he's not on here. Anyways, let's get to news, Mayo. News time.
We need Gunny on here.
Big news time. First piece of news, some EA news. Okay. EA Sports.
In the game, right?
It's in the game. So U.S. District Court has denied the Brander groups. So the Brander group is a group of I don't know what the fuck they are. Maybe publishers or something. I don't know. Company owners. I don't know. But they had a temporary restraining order against EA Sports. The brand management agency's order was an attempt to delay the upcoming EA Sports college football video games. Brander alleged that the video game would be a threat to their clients, forcing them to either comply or be left out of EA Sports titles. So the problem was that the Brander group says, like, look, man, like, there's athletes that play, in these college teams that EA is going to use their likeness, and EA is going to fucking force these people to sign contracts to use their likeness. And if they say no, then EA is going to be like, well, fuck you. We're not going to put you in our game then. You're going to be number 5. You're going to be quarterback number 5.
It's probably hard for EA, though, because, you try to get everybody on board and have to try to pay everybody what they want. Because, if you were like a quarterback for a team, you could just be like that one person that messed it up. Like everybody else, the whole entire league could agree to it. And it'd take one person to be like, no, I don't want that one. I want more or something.
So the court explained in the decision that if collegiate athletes' likenesses are used in the game, the rights are not licensed and dependent on one another. So, this ruling comes a month, so last month apparently, the College Football Players Association urged the players to boycott the upcoming EA game as a protest over low wages for the athletes involved. So, Mayo, how much do you think a college player is going to get paid if they appear in the next EA Sports college game? How much would you say?
I'm going to lowball this probably, right? Because they're going to pay all these people $5,000.
Oh, that's pretty generous, Mayo, of you.
Oh, wow. Even that, huh?
EA is offering each player $500.
$500.
Yeah.
Wow.
Imagine if you're like the quarterback on the championship team.
Right. If you're like a quarterback for, say, like, our situation, like Ohio State, usually it's a
Yeah,
decent quarterback, or like quarterback for Oregon, or a
yeah.
quarterback for
You're
like
you're one of the
Alabama
best.
or
Yeah,
something.
you're
Yeah, the big
like on
schools.
a top tier fucking school for football program. You're in the fucking Oregon Ducks team, okay? You're the star player of the team. These players are offering you $500. Like, I would be like, fuck you guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
right.
you give me five, motherfucker. I'm gonna be in the NFL in 2 years. Why the fuck do you gonna pay me $500? You know?
Hey, you can buy a pair of sneakers for some of them.
I mean, for the third string players, it must be nice. Like, yeah, I'll take
Yeah,
$500.
yeah,
Why
yeah. Those guys would
not?
be all happy about it. They're like, "Oh, great."
Uh, so listen, NFL players, Mayo, okay? When
Okay.
they're on the EA Madden series, they get paid thousands of dollars to be on the Madden series. One player received $28,000 this year to star in Madden NFL 23.
Wow.
28,000. Meanwhile, these college kids,
500. Ooh.
yeah, you get 500, bro. Oh yeah. And also, Mayo, this is without any royalties. So say Mayo, say you're the player they put on the cover, right? You're Mayo, quarterback for Ohio State. You're on the cover for the next fucking EA college football game, right?
Mhm.
And they have you on the cover. It's your jersey number. It's not your face, but they know it's you because it's your jersey, your
Right.
number, whatever. It's your
Very
college.
similar, right?
Very similar. It looks like a white guy, but he's not male. Okay, you don't get royalties
He's
on
made
that game.
Joe. What?
Yeah, yeah. You don't get royalties. Like none of these players are going to get royalties in the future for these games. Unlike NFL players who do get royalty contracts, and like other people that get their likenesses used in video games, most of the time they'll get a royalty out of it, right? Like I don't know, out of every game you give me $1 or something, or $5 or whatever for the rest of the life. As long as the game is making money, you will keep paying me $1 for every copy you sell, right?
Mhm.
These guys are like, no, EA just said, oh no, we have a $5 million pool of money for these players. And the $500 average is because they divided that by how many football players are in the college leagues. And yeah. Now, who's to say, right? Maybe we're wrong. Maybe the ones that are the star players, like the big schools, the popular schools, they're gonna get probably a little bit more than the 500. But yeah, man, you play for who? What college is that?
Right.
Uh, yeah. Here's a $50 gift card to Starbucks.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, how
We'll
about we
we'll
get
make it we'll
you?
make a donation to your favorite charity for you.
Yeah, like who do you want us to give $5 to, bro? Like name a charity for $5 in your name. It's going to them. You know, it's like what the fuck? Oh shit. But yeah. So we'll see what happens with all that. I mean, obviously it's gonna happen, right? EA doesn't give a fuck. They'll be like, we don't care. We'll use numbers and jersey numbers and shit. We don't give a fuck. People just want to play a football game. You think people give a fuck about these college players? Nope. Unless you're like a real hardcore like football fan that knows college football, right? That really watches it and knows the players and who's on what team and who's the prospects for the NFL. Unless you're them, you're not gonna care, right? Most people are gonna be like, I don't care. I don't care, Mayo. As long as I get to play as the Oregon Ducks and the fucking stadium is there and they have all the cool jerseys and helmets, that's all I give a fuck about. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Most people are going to be playing create a character anyways. They're going to be playing where they create their own player or whatever. So who the fuck cares? That's going to be EA's response to this. Oh, you want to boycott us, Bill? Oh, you don't want to. You're mad at me because I don't want to give you more money than the $50 gift card. Well, guess what? You get no gift card now. No, nothing. We're going to use your number now. Fuck you.
Yeah, right.
You're player number 7, cornerback. Like that's what they're gonna do. In other news, a Last of Us clone has popped up on the Nintendo's eShop website, Mayo.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Nintendo out there cloning. How can you get a Last of Us clone on the Switch?
Well,
That's the part I'm already wondering about.
okay. So this game is called The Last Hope.
The Last Hope. Okay.
Okay, let me read the features for you, Mayo. Features: storytelling and narrative, captivating plot. These are the bullet points they have on the store. Engaging gameplay mechanics, immersive graphics, unknown locations, challenging missions,
Ooh,
variety
challenging
of
missions.
weapons.
That's a description.
Yeah, I mean, they're challenging. Mayo, we don't know if these missions are good, but we know they're challenging, okay? Okay. We don't know if they're good though, but they're challenging. A variety of weapons and meaningful choices.
That all sounds
Okay.
pretty vague.
The Last Hope, Mayo. Dead Zone Survival is an intense storyline game set in an apocalyptic world overrun by hordes of ravenous zombies. As the main character, your sole objective, Mayo, is to survive and find a way to escape the nightmarish chaos that surrounds you. To endure the challenges ahead, you must undertake daring missions that test your survival skills. Each mission can be the difference between life and death. As you navigate the treacherous city streets, you'll encounter diverse locations that hold a key to your survival. Journey to the library to save an innocent girl from reckless zombies. Okay? This girl is innocent, Mayo. She's in the library, and these zombies are just reckless.
Yeah.
Okay? They're just out here being stupid zombies. They're being reckless in the library. Poor girl, she's innocent. Okay, then you head on to the pharmacy to secure vital medical supplies. Explore the police station to arm yourself with powerful weaponry and venue into the dark depths of the metro tunnels, where unexpected horrors await. Each location presents its own set of challenges, pushing you closer to your ultimate goal, escaping the city on the ship to a safer haven and saving the girl. As each life matters when all you have left is the last hope.
Dum dum dum.
Dun dun dun! The game's immersive atmosphere, Mayo, is enhanced by its detailed visuals, eerie sound design, and a gripping storyline that unfolds as you progress, Mayo. Now, let me tell you something about this game. I've seen the videos on this game. Let me tell you something about the graphics.
Okay.
They are not immersive,
No.
nor very good. I mean, this game looks like a fucking potato game with no textures and shit. Like it looks bad, dude. I mean,
Just look like a PS3 game or something.
not yeah, like early PS3 game. Really bad. Yeah, it's really bad. Like I've seen 360 games like better than this. This was like a PS1 game. But yeah, the girl who you save or whatever in the library, she looks just like Ellie from The Last of Us, dude.
Yeah, I just pulled it up. I'm looking at the cover, and it looks like the girl like Ellie and Joel. And they're
She
overlooking
looks
the city.
just like she looks just
Got
like
a
Ellie, dude.
ponytail. Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, even if you look at on this article, if you click on the image they have of the of Ellie and Joel, and then
Oh,
the
you can
girl and
swipe
the
to
guy,
something in the article. Yeah.
yeah, you can swipe it, and it literally looks like Ellie and some dude that doesn't look like Joel really, but I mean, he has like the same gear Joel has almost. But yeah, like, isn't it crazy that they did this?
And it's probably gonna be $60 because it's on the Nintendo store. Like there's another
Well,
everything on sale on there.
well, man, let me tell you a little something about that, right? It is
Okay.
actually right now, as we speak, available in the UK, and I believe it's $1.
Oh, okay. Well, that might be a steal.
Yeah, it's $1.
I mean, if it's
It's available in the UK, and full price is $8.99. And this is available for 99 cents or euros or pounds or whatever the fuck it is.
so I guess if it's like a very small percentage of what Last of Us was, maybe it's worth it. The
Is it
dollar.
99 pence? Whatever the fuck it is. Okay, it's 99.99, motherfucker. Okay, 88% off. The game is normally $8.99, and it's not available in the US yet. This is a
This
UK launch only. If you look at the Nintendo store, you can see the gallery of the images of the graphics, man. And like I'm telling you, it looks like a PS1 graphics when he's
it does.
outside.
I'm watching the video right now.
On the inside, it looks a little better, but it still doesn't look like anything near what current gen games look like.
Yeah. It reminds me of House Flipper on the inside.
Yeah. Isn't it like weird, right? And the girl just stands there and hides behind you. Yeah, it's kind of weird, man, but we'll see what happens. I wonder if Naughty Dog's gonna sue the fuck out of these guys and be like, hey, motherfucker,
Yeah, I think so.
that girl looks too much like our fucking girl. What the fuck? Wait,
How does that work if you buy the game now, right? And they get sued and have to take it down? Does that make it you still get to keep it? Do you get your money
if
back?
if you downloaded it, I'm assuming you get to keep it. But I don't know if you'll be able to re-download it.
You just have to keep it on there forever.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, Mel, let me tell you right now, Mel. What you need to do, everyone in the UK, listen. Y'all need to download this game on as many SD cards as you can.
And sell the
Keep
SD
them.
cards.
When this game gets sued by Naughty Dog and PlayStation into non-existence, you're gonna have $1,000 SD card because you're gonna be able to sell this shit on eBay for like $1,000. I'm telling you this right now, Mel. It's gonna happen, dude.
I can
It's
see it
gonna
happening.
happen. Yeah, when this shit becomes a fucking game that no one can buy because all of a sudden Sony fucking legal team and Naughty Dog went after these motherfuckers. Okay? Okay? Like, this is gonna be that game you see on eBay. OSD card with the last hope on it. $1,000. I'm telling you guys, all it's gonna cost you is whatever an SD card costs you. I don't know, $5, $10 or whatever, plus the game $1. And you will make at least $100 back probably. Now I'm not a financial advisor and do not take my finance advice seriously, but I mean seriously, man, that would be a good idea. Okay, if I
Right
lived in
on
the
it.
UK,
Right.
if I lived in the UK, I'd be downloading. I mean, think about games that have done that in the past, right? They come out, and even if they're shit games or whatever, they get banned or whatever or sued, and then they end up getting taken down. And then people are selling their iPhones for $10,000 on fucking eBay because their iPhone has the game on it.
Wasn't like Flappy Bird one of those?
Yeah, Flappy Bird, Fortnite. Okay, what else? There's been other shit that's been taken down that used to be on your phone and now it's no longer there. And people sell that shit for thousands of dollars, dude, or hundreds of dollars. You know. Anyways, watch some more news, Mail. News. Has that stupid fucking Activision deal gone through yet?
I don't know. I think we're supposed to have an answer by now, but I kind of have been watching the news, so
I haven't heard anything. They're keeping like really quiet. Okay, anyways, another piece of news. Big news, Mail. Big news here.
well,
Big
big
news
news.
for me. Okay. Red Dead Redemption remake, Mail. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There's been a leak. Well, not really a leak, but in Korea, the South Korea, not the North. Okay. They ended up releasing a rating, okay, like a game rating for a adult game, okay, 18 and up or 17 and up, and it said it was called Red Dead Redemption. It wasn't called Red Dead Redemption 2. It wasn't called Red Dead 1. It wasn't called whatever. It was Red Dead Redemption Mail. Now, people are saying the original listing for the original 2010 game is still on their website. And the listing for Red Dead Redemption 2 is still on the website. This is the whole new listing for a new rating for a new game. And people are saying, is this a remake? Is this a re-release? What's going on here? And that's what the leak seems to have confirmed, is that there's like a remake or remaster of Red Dead Redemption. And people are saying that this game was actually done like a while back, Mail, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was actually done years ago. Like, right, you know how Red Dead Redemption 2 came out? Well, they're saying this remaster remake thing was done like a couple years after that came out. And they're saying that, so that came out, and then they made this, But then they released that Grand Theft Auto trilogy shit. Remember that?
Yeah,
Like that Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and Chinatown Wars or whatever the fuck. And people were like, "What the fuck is this shit? This is like the mobile version or whatever."
and it
It
did
wasn't
not play very
received
well,
very
and it
well.
did not look good. Yeah,
They said because of that reason, Rockstar said, wait, hold on, guys. Whoa, we fucked up here. Pump the fucking brakes. We can't release this because people are going to associate, if we release this game right now, they're going to remember these other bullshit trilogy shit we just released, and they're going to think it's going to be a bad game. So instead, they fucking been holding that out on it. You know, they've been holding on to it. And now that GTA 6 has been confirmed, it's in development, it's going to cost them like $2 billion or something to make, they said. This game, I think, is being put out now to kind of put some money into the company. You know what I mean? Um, People are saying that this game might just be a remake or a remaster. People are saying that it might have like updated graphics in likeness of kind of like The Last of Us did with the PS4, PS5 version, the PS3, PS5 version, and kind of how Red Dead Redemption 2 looks. Now, if that's the case, man, I'm gonna play the fuck out of this game. I'm gonna be all in on it, dude. I'm in, Mayo. Count me in for a fucking Red Dead. Okay,
yeah, it'd be right up your alley.
be in.
I never did finish that game. I need to go back and try to finish that game.
The second one,
Yeah, I had that second one on PC, and I never went back to it.
that game's so good, man. You know, that's the only reason I have the Rockstar launcher is for that game.
Same. I think they gave me like LA Noir as well,
Yeah.
and then one other game on there. I think I have, but I don't ever launch it. I don't even launch the Epic one, and I have a lot of games on there, and I don't even launch that launcher. Like,
I have Max Payne and LA Noir with it. Um but yeah, man, I haven't gone into Red Dead Redemption 2. Like I always go back to it and just walk. I just roam the world, dude. I just roam the world. I just I'm just I literally don't do anything in the game but like hunt, ride my horse around, fucking like be in the world, dude. Like it legit is so immersive that you could just be in there and just run around, do whatever you want, and like random shit always happens, you know, like you run into the other gang or you run into like somebody robbing a store or somebody's fucking kidnapping somebody or somebody's like has a roadblock up or somebody's robbing the train. There's always something going on, right? Like in that game, that's what's so cool about it. Or sometimes I'll go like on a crime spree. I'll like jump on the train and start robbing the train. Like I start robbing other people in the train. That shit's fucking awesome, dude. Like, give me your fucking money. Fucking start fucking slapping people around and shit. Ah, that game is so good. And then I'll end up getting like a huge
it would
bounty
probably
on
play
me.
really well on your PC now. Jesus, with your 4080
Yeah, we're on my 3080, right?
or 3080. Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. I should try it. I don't think I have. Oh,
I
good
haven't
reason
launched
to
it in a long
try it.
time. You could probably get like 100 some frames on it now.
And the OLED.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Mayo. Another Red Dead Redemption run. Oh man, I'm fucking in. But yeah, anyways, another piece of news. Um, other piece of news. A person named Emil Moro, a Ubisoft game designer and creative director for Beyond Good and Evil 2, has passed away at the age of 40. So, a cherished colleague for over a decade at Ubisoft Montpellier, we laughed and wept through good times and bad and shipped a lot of great games together. Moro's former colleague M. Gabriel wrote on LinkedIn. Emil was so very proud of Beyond Good and Evil 2, the Space Monkeys, and his teammates. He will be sorely missed. Apparently, Moro began working in Ubisoft in 2009. Other projects he was involved in while working at Ubisoft included Rayman Legends, where he was the senior game designer, and he was already involved in Beyond Good and Evil 2, originally serving as the associate creative director before taking over as the creative director in general. Uh, but yeah, so Beyond Good and Evil 2, the game that'll never come out, was originally
Yeah.
revealed in 2017 Mayo. That's 6 years ago. Okay. Revealed in 2017. And as of February 2022, Ubisoft came out and said the game was still in quote pre-production. 4 years later, 5 years
Yeah, that
later.
game's never coming out.
Pre-production, bro. Not even like, oh yeah, no, we got it going, guys. We're good. No, no, oh no, this game's in. You want this game? No, this one's in pre-production, man. Okay.
Got a ways to go.
In other news, if you're playing Modern Warfare 2, Mayo, and you are a fan of the boys, okay, they've made a deal with Call of Duty. Okay.
That's a weird
The
combination.
okay. 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 The mid-season update will start rolling out on July 12th as part of Modern Warfare 2's Season 4 Reloaded. Each character, including Homelander and shit, will get their own operator bundle. First one coming out, Mayo, on the 12th, this Wednesday, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a popular one. It's going to be Starlight. Okay. The beautiful Starlight is getting her own operator bundle, Mayo. Okay, then Homelander is coming in on the 16th. He's getting his operator bundle. I'm pretty sure that was going to be popular too. I'm gonna have to buy this, dude. I'm not even.
You're
I'm
sold
not even.
already.
I'm not even bullshitting you. I love the boys. That's a cool ass fucking show. Okay, and
They know
Black
how to get
Noir.
it in your account.
Yeah, and Black Noir is coming on July 20th. Per a Call of Duty blog post that revealed a few more details. Each bundle will cost 2,400 COD points. Fuck, that's like $30 almost, or 20 something. Which will include weapon charms, loading screens, weapon stickers, and emblems. So there's that, Mayo. Call of Duty and the boys, Mayo.
Nice. It's a weird group. Like wouldn't expect that in Call of Duty.
Black Noir looks pretty cool. He looks like a soldier guy, you know. Homelander is kind of weird, but why not put him in Call of Duty? And then Starlight. The only one that I don't see there's the picture. So yeah, they look like the characters from the show. Literally, it's the same people. Like they didn't even use like a fake Homelander or like a fake Starlight. It is the likeness of the actual show characters, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
I bet they didn't pay them $500.
And no, but they didn't. And also like in Warzone, you will also notice that right now, if you are playing it, there is like they have posters for like the boys all over the city, like on the billboards and like the bus stops and shit. It's like the Dawn of the Seven, like the movie that they like it's in the TV show or whatever.
Yeah, I remember.
And they have posters for that movie. They have posters for Starlight, like saying American Hero or whatever. Like the same shit that they had in like the TV show. They put it into the game, which is kind of funny. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna have any more characters than these three, because it only shows Starlight, Black Noir, and Homelander. It doesn't show any of the other ones. But maybe they could do all of them.
Maybe,
eventually.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah. What else? What else, Mal? Other piece of news. Big game coming out next month, Mal. Baldur's Gate 3. Hey, Mal. I might pick this up. This game is set to release on August 3rd with the PS5 version coming later in September. No Xbox version, apparently. I don't know. Maybe there is. I don't know. The title recently had a specialized showcase held by developers Larian Studios, which detailed numerous mechanics players can expect from the upcoming RPG, Mail. One particular highlight that came across in the showcase is the option to change the genitals of your character during the character customization screen. Yeah, man, big dick swingers coming through here. Yeah.
kicking after Cyberpunk, are they?
Yeah, exactly. That's the only other fucking game on Conan Exiles, right, that I could think of that has this shit. So it says here, Baldur's Gate has been in early access since the year 2020, and it's only next month that the RPG is getting treated to a full release. Larian Studios is yet to announce a release date for the Xbox Series X and S version. So, yes, there's this. But there's other stuff for you, Mal. Okay. So there are going to be 12 main classes with, guess how many subclasses, Mal? Guess.
3 in each class.
46 subclasses.
Holy cow. Well, 12 times 3 would be 36.
And all of these will strive to offer a distinctive experience from top to bottom, Mayo. As far as the aesthetics go, however, there's a lot. Uh, you can in the appearance you can change the maturity of your character, the freckle quantity, the intensity of the freckles, the vitiligo pigmentation. Also, they say that it is the most advanced character modification systems present in any AAA game. They said you can literally customize everything in your character more than any other game, Mail. Okay. Um, yeah. Baldur's Gate 3 is coming, Mail. Also,
I don't get into all the character creation on games. I'm okay with
okay,
it, but like I don't know why they spend so much time and so many options anymore. It's like unless you see your character all the time and you really want it to look like you. I probably
okay,
the
Mail.
coolest one was what was EA that used to do it. Like they would try to like you would send them like a picture or it'd scan your face. I can't remember how it worked,
Yeah.
and they would give you something like yours or something.
You will also be able. There will be romancing in the game, and there's actually people in the game that are druids that can change into animals, and you will have sex with animals, including like bears, deer. I don't know what else. I don't know what else, man. So there will be sex with animals in the game. They said if you choose to do it, you can also have sex with like demons and shit, like people that shape shift into like demons. Okay, Mel. Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be fucking huge, man. Yeah, I don't know how you're not hyped for this game, man. Okay? Maybe because is it because it's not an Xbox game, Mail? Is that why?
Yeah, maybe. And I
Okay.
haven't played any of the other ones. That'd be why. But hey, Final Fantasy did the same thing, right? I wasn't hyped for Final Fantasy, and it got me. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really hyped for it, but I want to play it. Um so the max level cap in this game, let's see, it's gonna be 20, I think. But a lot of subclasses, a lot of shit, a lot of customization, and it's gonna be a big fucking game, apparently. Yeah, everything we know so far, man. Maybe some bullet points here, okay? Some bullet points. It's gonna have full controller support, Mayo. It will have split screen co-op, and so yeah, there's that. Uh, it will also support cross save progression between the PC and the Mac. I guess it's coming to Mac as well, and the PS5. So if you own this game on your PC and the PS5, Mail, you can play it on both.
that's a weird combination. Usually it's like Xbox and PC, not
I know.
PS5 and PC.
It allows you to transfer your saves between the platforms and continue your adventure wherever you left off. There's a bunch of classes, a lot of them. Companions. So there's 6 of them so far, or 5 of them so far. There's romance options. There's a lot of those as well. Races. There's a shitload of races you can pick from. Um, so yeah, you can pick your race, and some races will have like abilities, weaknesses, strengths. You know what I mean? It's like
Hmm.
Skyrim almost, where like you have a race of the cats, the fucking cat people, and the fucking elf people, and shit like that. What else, Mail? Let's see here. It has a bunch of character creation shit. You can be an acolyte, which you have insight and relations proficiency. A charlatan, which has deception and the sleight of hand. A criminal, an entertainer, a folk hero, a guild member, a noble, a hermit, an outlander, a sage, a sailor, a soldier, and an urchin. Okay, Mel. All this shit, Mel. This is a big RPG, Mel. Yeah, you're not excited? You not? Come
No, not
on,
really. I'm not,
Mel. I need you to play this game. And when you come back to me 3 years from now, when you finish it, and you're like, oh
right.
Jesus, that was the best, best game ever. I don't know what happened to the last 3 years of my life. Okay, you have sex with bears, make your guy have a big dick or a big vagina, and we go from there, Mayo. Okay, whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do.
What else do we have for news? Yeah, that's all I have for news. As far as oh wait, hold on. Whoa, Starfield news. Okay, Mail. So you're thinking, Mail? I'm gonna be a Starfield, right?
Hmm.
You're flying through space, right,
Yeah,
Mail?
I'm
You
flying
know.
along. I'm in my ship, right?
But what if during the time you're flying somewhere, you need to do something on the ship. Say you want to go craft something, you want to go talk to your crewmates. You know, the
Right,
ship.
because you don't want to just be at the helm of
Yeah,
the ship the
that's
whole
kind
time.
of
Like
that's
that'd
kind
be
of
kind of
lame.
boring, right? Like you're just, oh, I'm just flying around. I got all these people to talk to. Mass Effect,
Yeah,
you could do that. You could just run away, and your ship would be flying. You had your pilot up there, so he would, you could go be
yeah.
talking to your crew and seeing what they're thinking. And
Well, this mail apparently comes. Starfield will have autopilot. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
okay, so
yeah.
you can go to autopilot, so you can leave your ship and go talk to people.
Yeah. Yep. You can leave your ship on autopilot. You can actually leave your ship on autopilot and land on a planet, and the ship will take off by itself. It'll leave. It'll be like, "Fuck you, man. I'm leaving you here," and it leaves. That's pretty cool, man. That game looks so deep. What do you think Starfield's gonna be? I think it's gonna be fucking amazing. I'm hype, man. I'm cyberpunk hype for this shit, man. Telling you,
Uh,
I'd buy
I'm
an
mixed.
Xbox. I'd buy an Xbox Series X for this tomorrow if they announced it.
Mhm. I'm just
I
mixed
would.
yet, so I don't know if it's still the No Man's Sky thing or not, but I just have remnants of, like, just a bunch of empty planets with just mining. You go there and you mine and that's it, you know? You'll have certain ones, you'll have your missions, and they'll still be big, but not as big as as they say. Like, you go to these planets and they're just gonna be repeat planets.
So on your ship, you can customize the color, the hull, what the fuck is LAS? Oh, lasers, ballistics, and missiles. The cargo and the crew. Like you can customize how much cargo your ship can carry, how much crew it can carry, who the crew is, the jump range, how far it can jump, the mobility and the top speed, the mass, how big it is, the cannons and the lasers, the cockpits, the cowls, the engines, the fuel tanks, the habitat modules, the landers, and the reactors on your ship, Mayo. Did you listen to that Todd Howard interview on that one podcast?
No.
Whatever. So they had Todd Howard on, and he was talking about the game, and it kind of got me like excited to see what they're gonna do here, man. Because he said that that he was playing at one time, and that he ended up like fighting these people, right? Like on this planet. He said, I was running around. It was like, and I started fighting these fucking pirate guys or whatever. And as I was fighting them, I kept going towards them, fighting them. I ended up at their ship, like their fucking big spaceship, right? He's like, so I decided to get in it to see what the fuck is going on in there. And he said, as he got into the ship, started fighting people inside the ship, like in the hallway, the fucking ship started to take off, and it started to take off into space, and the fucker took off into space. And he's like, so now I'm in fucking space fighting these pirates on their ship, and like my ship is back on the other planet.
Uh-oh.
So I
Right?
had to kill, he's like, I had to kill everyone on that ship to get to the cockpit. And then I took that ship back, and now I took it back with me to my other ship. And he was like, and then I was like, that's fucking cool, dude. Like, to think like random shit like that could happen, right? Like, you're just chilling, you walk onto a ship to try to see what's in there, and the fucker just takes off on you. That'd be wild. He
Mhm. That
also
would
said
be
that
interesting.
he's also said that you can like register any ship that you steal, that you can keep it, but you won't make it really yours unless you like register it or whatever. So you have to like go and like pay money. He said it's quite a bit of money to actually get it to be like your ship. You know what I mean? So he said you can hijack any ship in the game though. Anything that you see flying around, you can just go up to it and be like, "Fuck you, I'm taking this shit." Grand Theft Auto, bitch, and say fuck it. And you can kill all your companions too. You can shoot them all, Mel. You don't want nobody on your ship by yourself. You kill them all. Kill them all. Yeah, Mel. I'm
Hmm.
excited.
Yeah, I hope it's good.
Yeah. And that's all I have for news. There's no more news. Everything else is Call of Duty news. A lot of Call of Duty news lately. Like not even like that other bullshit with the Microsoft buying Activision. It's just a lot of like the new season shit. People are pissed off. People say fucking the new season sucks. Yeah.
They still having problems with the whole Mercs thing too, I think, right?
Yeah, people are also saying that that Infinity Ward and Activision they're like playing the money grab game right now because they're saying like if you look at the roadmap for the season for this season, they said it all is just like packs, like skin packs, like we just spoke about. The Boys is coming out this week, But like if you look at the rest of the roadmap, it's a bunch of skin packs, more weapons and operator skins, and like not really a lot of gameplay changes, not a lot of new maps, not a lot of shit, man. There's gonna be 2 new multiplayer maps, but as far as Warzone, there's not much going on in there besides the boys like stuff being in there. And that's
like
really it.
it's like them pulling a
Actually,
Fortnite there. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
yeah, that is weird. I was surprised Fortnite hasn't had the boys like on their shit. You
right.
know what I mean? Oh no, they have had them, haven't they?
I don't know.
They've had to have had the
They've had everything
boys
else, I think.
Fortnite. I'm pretty sure it is, dude. No, there's no deal with the Fortnite and the boys. That is fucking crazy.
Maybe it's too mature.
But dude, they've had John Wick.
Yeah.
Okay, they've literally had a guy that all he does is shoot people because somebody killed his dog. Okay, they had that guy on there, but the boys is too mature. I don't know, man. They've had like fucking Kratos in there and shit. They've had like a bunch of random shit in there, dude. All the Marvel shit, all the shit, Star Wars, fucking random other shit. They've had YouTubers on there. They've had streamers on there. What's going on, Mayo?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they've had all the Marvel stuff, and I know that on there too as well. But
Yeah.
Activision
Yeah.
found the one IP that they haven't
I
they
know.
haven't
Right?
touched.
Yeah, I haven't made a deal with you guys. How about we make a deal with you right now? Like the boys is like, yeah, sure, fuck it. You want to make a deal? Fuck. Okay, Mel, do you know about Fortnite creation tools?
No.
Okay, so Fortnite, right? Epic has this tool system in their engine in Fortnite where all you can do is build stuff, right? You can build anything with any of the Unreal Engine stuff that's used in Fortnite. You can use any of the assets to build any kind of game you want within this creation tool. So if you want to make a racing game, you can use the assets of the cars they have in the game, make a track, make the shit, use the shit, and create a game, right? Think of like PlayStation Dreams or that other shit that Xbox had. What the fuck was that called? Whatever they had. Anyways, this is out now. And let me tell you something. Remember the game Only Up? We spoke about it last time Ryan was on. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, my son bought it.
Well, listen, your son could be playing it for free in Fortnite. Okay. Shortly after its release, it became really popular. Okay. Because the problem with the hype of that game, Mail, the Only Up game on Steam, you know why that game is hyped up? It is hyped up because of this game. And people found out that this game is a copy of that game. So people
Okay.
went and started playing the original game. But this game, Only Up Fortnite, is what it's called, is made by the French gaming organization Army Units, has reached over 100,000 players in 24 hours, okay? Only Up at that same day, their peak was 11,000 players, Mayo, at their highest. Only Up Fortnite peak was 100,000 players. Okay? It's pretty much the same shit. You just go up with Fortnite stuff being used, okay? Fortnite is free. Only Up is $10. But yeah. Anyways, the people who made this game in 1 month made the speculation of because of how many players they have on the game. Fortnite pays the people who makes games on their creator tools and puts it on the Fortnite thing for free. They'll pay you if people play your game enough, right, Mayo? So if you go under Mayo and make a game about opening a mayonnaise jar and you call it the Mayo game, and you open mayonnaise jar and you just spread mayo everywhere, and enough people play that shit, you will make money off of that, Mayo. So these guys, people are estimating that in the first month that this game was out, which was this month, July, or last month, June, that they stand to make $1.5 million off of the amount of people that played their game. Ain't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, that is. It's
$1.5
$1 million.
So Mayo,
Wow.
if me and you would have thought about this, we'd have $1.5 million right now. So this is what I'm telling you, Mayo. We got to get on Steam, start scouring Steam for all the games they have, okay, and think what game can we copy and put on Fortnite and just have a bunch of people play. You know, $1.5 million for a
We'd be rich.
game that's free, dude. A game that literally you made for free using a free tool that you literally didn't even pay for anything. You didn't even pay for Fortnite, nothing. And all you do is upload it and say, "I fucking play this shit. I don't care." And people start picking it up and playing it, and they like it because they think it's good. And next thing you know, it becomes super popular, Mail. And this thing reached 100,000 players at peak playtime. Was 100,000 players is a lot of players, dude, for a peak game. Most games wish they had 100,000 players.
Yeah,
You know
no
what I
doubt.
mean? Like AAA games don't have 100,000 players. These fuckers had 100,000 people playing their game, and they stand to make $1.5 million based off of that on a free tool creator from Epic, dude. That is insane to me. I wonder how much the developer of the actual game Only Up made. Do you think they made $1.5 million?
It's pretty popular right now. I'd say maybe. It seems to be gaining a lot of traction. Like from what I've seen, like when my son's around, he's watching a lot of the streamers, and a lot of the streamers are playing it. Like I know, like Ludwig and them are all playing it. Usually, when they play it, it gets a lot of traction.
You know what's funny? The thing that made that game popular is this free game.
Hmm.
That's what made that shit popular. So that's the crazy part to me. I'm like, wow, dude, like the free one made it popular. I'm looking at the peak players for let's look. I'm gonna look up let's see if I could find Only Up Fortnite player counts. No, there's no idea how many players are currently playing. But okay, Mail, Only Up the game right now
Right.
has 3,200 players. At peak, all time peak, Mail, which was 9 days ago, all time high was 11,239. Meanwhile, this Only Up Fortnite shit, fucking 100,000 players, dude.
Hmm.
110,000 concurrent players.
Probably because they're just already there. They already have the Fortnite people there, so they just jump on to see what it's like. Like that's a lot.
If Only Up Fortnite was on Steam, it would be in the top 10 most played games of Steam right now. Top 10, Mail. It would be beating Ark Survival Evolved. It would be beating War Thunder, which is a free to play game. It would be beating 7 Days to Die. That's fucking crazy, dude. It would be where Call of Duty Warzone is at right now.
Wow.
It would be in that spot. That is crazy fucking shit. I don't know, man. I think that's cool. If you can come up with cool shit, get on this fucking thing and start making cool games, and you might make some money off of this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
fucking that's fucking cool, man. I think it's pretty awesome that somebody figured that out and was able to. I wouldn't say they exploited it, but they used it to their advantage. So there's that. But yeah, that's all I have for news, Mail. Go play Fortnite. Only Up Fortnite. If you want to know what Only Up is like, go play the free one. Don't pay the $10, or
Right.
maybe pay the $10. Maybe get these guys to $1 million themselves, huh? Let's do the math, man. 11,000 concurrent players, right? I'm gonna up that up to 12,000 times $10. That's only $120,000.
Hmm.
And then what is Steam share of that?
Probably
30%.
30%, probably
So subtract 36,000 from 120, dude. So these guys have made roughly like 80,
95,
80 something
90.
thousand.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. To imagine thinking about that, dude. You're sitting there thinking, man, we made this cool game, and these motherfuckers copied us, put it out for free, like Fortnite did to PUBG.
Right.
Literally the same thing, right? And their shit became more popular than yours, and you're sitting there thinking, "Fuck!" Like these guys did it for free. We spent money on all this shit, you know. Like these guys legit use the free tool creator thing to fucking make it. Oh, that's crazy, man. That is the crazy part to me. I wonder how many more developers are going to be using these free tools to copy other people's games and just release shit on there, you know?
Right.
Just release it on there for free. I guarantee you there's people in China right now in a house.
Right.
Okay, there's a house in China where there's a bunch of Chinese people in that house, and all they're doing is making Fortnite free games and releasing them on there to make hopefully one of them will become a big hit, and they make a lot of money off of it. You know, that's all they're doing all day long, Mail. All day long, they're copying Warzone. There's going to be a Warzone Fortnite. It's going to be better than Fortnite. and it's gonna be in Fortnite. It's gonna copy Fortnite and
Yeah,
Warzone.
they're gonna copy
Put 'em
Fortnite.
together. Put it in there, okay? Oh shit, that's funny, man. Anyways, we're done. We're out of here, Mel. Do you have anything else?
No, that's it. Except for I'm gonna
I
figure out
don't
how
know.
we're gonna copy Fortnite, but
We gotta copy something. Oh, what's the next big game? We should
Starfield.
make a
We'll put Starfield in
Starfield.
Fortnite.
Let's make a Starfield in Fortnite, man. You guys have 1,000 planets. We have 10,000 planets. They're all the same. They all look the same, but there's 10,000 of them. Tell you that,
Man,
man.
you can do a battle on any of those 10,000 planets. Jesus,
Yeah, yeah, 10,000 planets, man. And our game
we
is
do
free.
DLC. We'll deal with DLC ships instead of gliders. You know how they have gliders you
Yeah,
can get in Fortnite. You can get ships.
1,000 planets. Okay, we're doing it. I'm
We'll do like
copying.
1,000 ships. You can have like
I'm
thousands
making.
of ships.
I'm gonna make a Final Fantasy game in there. I'm gonna call it Fantasy Final. Okay, that's gonna be the name of it. And then my Starfield clone is gonna be called Field of Stars.
There you go.
And then what else am I gonna do? I'm gonna make a clone of all the games. I'm gonna get in there and just start copying all the big games. I'm gonna just start stealing them and copying them. All of them. I'm not even gonna try to make it different. I'm gonna just try to straight copy it into the Fortnite engine,
Just,
like
just
the
straight up
same
China,
exact,
right? That's what
yeah,
China
like the
does, right?
same
Like other
exact
companies.
fucking shit. I'm not even gonna change the characters' names or nothing. I'm gonna have the same names for the characters, no kinds of shit. I'm gonna just do that. Fuck it. Man, if people can make $1.5 million, Mel, doing
We
this
can do
shit,
it too, right?
why shouldn't I be doing it, right? Okay, I should be in there copying shit, or making the next Field of Stars. Okay, well, the Last Hope was the one that they copied.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make one of those two. Yeah, I'm gonna make all of them. Spider Man, I'm gonna copy that fucking game. I'm gonna call it Man Spider.
There you go. Spider of Men.
Spider Boy. Okay. I'll call it something like that. Yeah. I'm gonna do it. Why not, man? These fuckers can do it. We can do it, man. Listen, these guys legit copied a game and they're making $1.5 million because they somehow got people to play their shit. That's all we have to do. Anyways, Gunny's not here. He's out doing Gunny things. Go find him on everything as Gunny Chief. Find him on the Xbox mostly. That fucking Xbox is over there.
Probably what he's
Find.
doing right now. He's probably playing
Yeah,
Xbox.
yeah. Fuck these guys. I'm not gonna record a show. I'm gonna play Xbox. Yeah, you're probably right. He's probably playing.
Him
What do
and
you
Ryan
think?
are probably playing Grounded together.
Yeah. Find Ryan as Gib8777, wherever the fuck that Canadian is. Where can we find you, Mayo?
Oh, you're gonna find me everywhere on Discord, PlayStation Network, Xbox. It's just the Mayo.
All right. And you can find me as Jesus Walks a Lot on everything. Literally everything. Hey, Mel, have you made a new Threads account?
Threads?
Threads?
No, I have not.
So, you know what Threads is?
No.
So, let me tell you something. Threads is Facebook's Twitter.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't not have that yet.
Yeah. All you need is an Instagram account. It literally just takes your Instagram information
I have one.
and makes it into Threads.
It's all car stuff though, so
No, but this is like legit. It's Twitter, but
I think I heard something like Twitter was suing Facebook over it.
oh, they are, yeah.
Yeah.
They're fucking pissed because it's literally Twitter, dude. But on it's the Facebook version, so it's not Facebook, but it's legit Twitter, but it's called Threads. And you get on there, and it looks just like Twitter, but it's like a different color, right? It's black instead of blue. So like it looks just like Twitter, though. You can scroll up, and people have feeds, and like they have threads, Mayo. Okay, they don't have feeds; they have threads.
Right.
Yeah, you can create a thread and just post something, and
Somebody just made millions of dollars of copying Twitter and
people legit can rethread your thread. They can rethread it. Okay, they rethread it to instead of retweet it, and you can post photos on there, and then you just post whatever you want. I see all kinds of shit on there. It's just like Twitter. It's just like Twitter, but not as stupid yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's gonna get there like in a couple days. But so far, it's been not as stupid as Twitter. And then Twitter's pissed off because, remember when Elon Musk bought it and they lost a bunch of users? Well, Threads legit announced that they gained like 50 million users already or something. So yeah, it's pretty popular, I guess. Threads. No, it's over 100 million now, Mail. Come on, bro. Get in with the times, Mail. You're fucking
I
behind
need
here,
to, right?
boomer. Fuck you doing? I bet your kids have a Thread account.
Oh yeah, I know what they do. I know my son does.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's the fucking shit, man. Get in there. You start threading, bro. Is that what they call it?
I don't know.
You start the threading, bro.
Maybe I'll throw some of my car pictures in there.
All right. Yeah, you get in there, you start threading, and then be all the threads. The threads going around the thing. 100 million users, dude. Twitter, on the other hand, their traffic is down. Yeah. So, anyways, we're out of here, Mail. Find me on everything at Jesus Walks On. Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you on the next Horrible Gamers, hopefully next week, Mayo. Hopefully next
I'm on
week.
vacation next week, so
Yeah, next week we'll see y'all then. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Hopefully Gunny's back. You think he'll be back? I think he's gonna be back with a new car. He's gonna come back here.
yeah.
Guys, I bought a new truck. I'm not a Jeep guy anymore. You guys make fun of me and my Jeep too much.
Or you
Uh,
know how Gunny works things, right? Like always, Kyle gets the better version of everything. He's getting of age. They're probably
Oh,
buying Kyle a new truck. And then,
oh yeah. Kyle got a new truck. Mayo got the hand me down from his wife or something. No, not Mayo. Gunny got
right,
his hand me down from his
he
wife.
just kept the same Jeep he had. You know, like he didn't get a new
Yeah.
one. They just went out and bought a brand
No,
new truck and then
they
gave it to
made him
Kyle.
trade it. They made him trade it in
Yeah,
to buy the new truck, and they gave Gunny the old one. Like, Gunny, here, you take the old one, and the wife and the kid get a new car. Gunny gets the old one. Gunny's not cool like them. Anyways, hopefully, I don't know. I think that's what he was doing. I don't know what he was doing today. He was doing something. I know he texted us. Anyway, and then Ryan, he's doing Canadian stuff. What the
yeah.
Canadians doing?
Whatever
this summer?
Canadians do, probably burning some forest down or something, polluting the Ohio
Oh,
air.
has the air got better over there?
Yeah, it has gotten better.
Good. Anyways, we're out of here, people. Bye. Bye.
See
We're still,
ya.
we're still recording. This is supposed to be after show stuff, man.
Oh.
We're still recording. Bye.